Well, feels kind of weird. It does. It's 9 and not 8 a.m. It feels really nice, to be honest with you. We've been waking up really fucking early, and there was a good chance I was like, I don't know if I want to wake up. I don't know if I want to get on today. It's been a long couple of weeks. But you know what? There's something that we had to do today. There's something that needed to happen. And it's going to happen. I'm ready for it today, gentlemen. There's a very, very special situation that will occur. And so, yes, Diablo Immortal comes out today. And you know what? I am going to play it. We're going to try this game out. We're going to see what it's like. I've heard a lot of malding. People thought it was bad a couple of days ago. Holy shit. People are furious. And I've got it like Belliore's malding about it. Everybody's malding about this. It's incredible. So yes, gentlemen, sup y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. And I actually thought about an even better idea of what we can do. Is that I thought I would go to the bank and get them to give me like $10,000 in like $20 or like $100 bills. And I would do like a visual of like showing people how much money was spent, with like a stack of money or something like that, because the thing is, what's so funny about it is like I actually got this idea from that fucking sports bet scammer guy who had like a giant stack of money and he was like waving it around, and I was like, well, this has got to work, right? Because like people see the money and it's like a visual thing, right? So like if I had the money and I could wave it around and shit, I feel like that would make it way better. Keep up for tax returns. Oh yes, of course. So obviously, of course. Then I can write the money that I used as a prop on my stream as a tax return. So I'm writing money off of money on my tax return. I don't know if that would survive an audit. I feel like it's like a 50-50 on that one. I don't know. Probably if I had to fall off on one side or another, I'd probably have to pay a fine. So, I wouldn't take that much. It's a creative one. Yeah, it is a creative one. To be fair, actually though, man, it's not a creative one. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, there's a reason why the tax law, nobody really understands it, right? It's like Lost Ark. Like, nobody really understands what happens in Lost Ark. Nobody knows how this game works, right? People just play it and, whatever happens, happens. But with Lost Ark, with the tax code, nobody understands that either. It's the same exact thing. And IRL stream at the bank, oh my God, that's the last thing I would want to do. It's terrible. Get some prop money. Yeah, I don't know how I would do that. I probably could do that. Maybe... the thing is, like, bot purge and Lost Ark, I'll have to look and see about that. I'll refresh it right now and see for myself. What does it say? Okay, yeah, you guys are gonna like this whenever I put it on. I think Immortal will be Diablo and Lost Ark had a baby, personally. Yeah, but the problem is, like, you know how, like, somebody, like, let's say somebody who's, like, balding, marries a chick with, like, a really big nose. And it's like, you could have a chance that like the kid's not balding and's got a normal shaped nose. But there's also another chance, right, with like that hereditary fucking residual trait fucking chocobo breeding thing in real life. It's like it's like the kid has a big nose and also it's balding. And I feel like that's what would happen if Lost Ark and Diablo had a baby, is that it would be, pretty much like the worst of both worlds, is what I'm really trying to say. Yeah, it's science. Yeah, I never really gave a fuck about science, man. I never did, because I was like, it never interested me. I don't know why. Like, there are some people that get really, really into it. I just never got into science. What I would really get into a lot was, like, I would always like learning about like economics and like government stuff, because that was where, as I said, I only really cared about information that I could use to my advantage. So, like, it doesn't matter to me, like, what hydrogen is. Like, I mean, I can't change this. I mean, like, this isn't Full Metal Alchemist. I can't change fucking elements and shit. I mean, I'm not gonna worry about it, Where's the white shirt? Where's the white t-shirt? It's right here, bro. Like, you really think I changed my shirt? No, I didn't change my fucking shirt. I literally just, yesterday, so, like, I end my stream and I went immediately over to Chipotle. And I got myself a good bowl of food. I ate my food. And then I just pretty much fucked around. So, like, yesterday, real talk, was a stressful fucking day for me. It was not stressful because of the trial. Like, that was just like whatever. But it was stressful to me because I had a bunch of trees and shit get cut down in my house. I felt pretty sad. You know, I came out, you know, last night or yesterday evening, and I saw like my whole backyard with like all the beautiful trees that I had there. They're not beautiful trees, they're dead. They were all fucking dead. But, you know, they were nice to look at. And, you know, they're gone. And I was very sad. It fucking sucks, if you want me to be totally honest. It absolutely fucking sucks. And so I might plant a new tree or something like that. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Take a picture? I don't want to, but I did. I did take a few pictures. Also, yesterday, the birdies that were in the little nest, they flew the coop. And so they made it out of the nest. I looked around. There wasn't any, you know, like little baby fledgling dead birds anywhere. So it seems like they fucking survived. So I was glad about that. Yeah, I'll plant new trees probably or something like that. I have no idea. You hire landscapers to plant trees? Yeah, I don't know. There's a house that was like kind of near me. And it's like, this has always been like a house that I've always wanted to have this house. And I told myself whenever I was a kid, right? I'm like, you know, listen, one day I will maybe buy this house. And it actually went on sale. And I don't know, like, I took a picture of the fucking phone number and shit. I might call the guy and buy it. I have no idea. The thing is, though, like, it's something I want to do ever since I was, like, a little kid. But I bet it's probably 2-3 mil. And so, like, I don't know if I really want to spend that much money on it and make that level of an investment. So it really depends. Because the reason why it's a lot of money, like, I live in a shitty area in town, but, like, it's on a lot of land, right? And so that's what the difference is. And so I haven't decided. I don't know yet. But besides, actually, like, on that point, but not exactly, I want to talk to you guys about Raid Shadow Legends. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so I've got some shit to talk about today as well. A bunch of other stuff that I want to look into, and just in general, kind of have a discussion about. So obviously, we had like this situation with Lost Ark. So what happened here is pretty much. So this is like a basically pretty much like what happened is that. Well, you know, it is what it is, right? I mean, the thing is that it's so hard to know, like, if this, like, what's really accurate, you know what I mean? Because, like, I bet there's more than 142,000 people playing. I do. I think so. The game has maintained a significant amount of relevance on, like, every other social media platform, and it would be logical to assume that relevance is reflected in viewership, right? Or in player base. But, I mean, I don't think that. In my opinion, I think Lost Ark is between 200 to 300,000 legitimate players. Maybe 400,000 on good days, patch days, release days, stuff like that. I don't think 715,000 is normal, man. That's way too fucking many. That's insane. How the fuck are that servers on maintenance? Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I guess servers did just come up, so we'll see what happens. But it is interesting to see this. I'll certainly say that for sure. More Elden Ring. We'll do Elden Ring soon. I don't know if we're going to do that today or not. I want to see what's going on with Diablo Immortal. Now, obviously, there's been a lot of people talking to me about this game and people putting out their opinions, etc. Now, what's funny to me about Diablo Immortal is that people are mad because of how pay-to-win the game is. And I find that to be funny. I really do. I find that to be very funny because Diablo Immortal is it's a game made by Blizzard. So I don't really, I don't know what they were thinking. I have no idea. It's just weird to me that this would even be a problem. But I guess we're gonna get into this. You know what? Let's look at some of the stuff on my Reddit, and then after that, we'll get into the Diablo Immortal stuff. Right? It's a mobile game. It's gonna be pay to win. Yeah, but the thing is, they added face tracking. They're also upset over the face tracking they added. Well, yeah, every game is going to have face tracking eventually. The thing is, like, a lot of you guys don't understand, like, you need to just accept that these companies are going to use face tracking and make sure that they can track your eyeballs so they can make sure that you're watching ads on your phone. And it's not like you can't look away from the ad. If you do that, you've got to watch it again. You just have to accept that this is what they're going to try to do. And the more that people make tweets and complain about it like this, the more it's going to happen. Because nobody really cares about these tweets. The company laugh all the way to the bank. They just do it more and more and more. That's all there is to it. And I'm not accepting shit. Yes, but you are, though. You already are. You're on Amazon platform. Look what Amazon does to its workers. You know, even if you don't believe in the tornado thing, which I was a little bit kind of, iffy on, if that was like really the same thing as, you know, like what we talked about the other day. But you're already in it, man. You're already in it. You probably already played Blizzard games before. You'll probably play it again, and you're still supporting them. So here's what my example is, right? Here's what my opinion is. I think what you need to do is we need to find people that can actually push legislation to get rid of this stuff. That's what my opinion is. I think that's what the solution is. Because what I'm seeing here is this stuff is just getting worse. It's just getting worse, and it's not going to stop getting worse. And run for president, I don't know if that would ever happen. I've got a good feeling it won't. Both parties are capitalists, so it won't happen. You don't need parties to do it. You just need a few people who have had their kids, who have grown up playing video games, that understand how bullshit this is, and you just have those people look at it. Honestly, I'm surprised Bernie Sanders isn't talking about it. Like, in terms of, like, the manipulative aspects of it, I don't think that it takes a fucking tech-savvy person to see how it's manipulative. But I don't know. He could be 80 years old, and you can see what's going on with that. Abso-fucking-lutely, man. And so I do think it should be regulated. I do. I've been very big advocate of that, and I will continue to be a big advocate of that. You mean the same guys that keep warmongering and pushing inflation? Yeah, just take a break from making bombs and just, like, you know, fucking stop pay to win in video games just for like 3 days or something, right? That's all we're asking, okay? And that's what I would love to see have happen. I would love to see that happen, and I think that is the only way out of this hellhole. That is the only way out of this fucking nightmare. And you cannot, in my opinion, you cannot petition the developers. You cannot make Reddit posts. Because you know what happens? The biggest, baddest, most fucking destructive Reddit post ever about anybody is going to be gone in 3 days. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Call Lion Ted. Honestly, if I could get Lion Ted onto the stream and explain to him what the fuck is going on with these games, you know, I think I could get Ted Cruz on my side. I do. I think I could get him on my side because he's a fucking super religious guy, right? And it's gambling. Gambling, even though, like, it's not, like, against the law in the same way, like, in Islam, that shit's against the law. That's a pretty good idea, right? But, like, with Christianity, it's not necessarily against the law, but it's, like, really, really frowned upon. It's like Jesus flips the board over and he's like, yeah, there you go. Fucking go back to church, bitch, right? And so it's haram in Islam. Yeah, listen, I get that. I understand that, absolutely. Let's not base our laws on religion. I don't, bro. Whenever I try to get something, I do whatever I take to get it. If I gotta use some bullshit, if I gotta talk about some, like, oh, remember whenever in the book that, like, some guy wrote that said another guy wrote it? Yeah, remember how in your book it says it's bad? Right, okay, so do what I want. You know, it's like, you know what the best analogy for this is? Okay, like, y'all don't understand this. Is that the best analogy for this is that in Idiocracy, how did he convince everybody in the, what do you call it? Everybody that was in the White House to stop watering the plants with Brawndo. He tried to reason with them. He tried to logic them out of this position. He tried to, like, explain it to them. He tried to, like, show graphs. What he did is he convinced them that he could talk to plants and that the plants said that they wanted water. And that's what worked. That's what it was. Sometimes, guys, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta take chances. Seems logical. You just do whatever you need. That's all there is to it, man. Plants, yeah, exactly, man. And let's go back over here. Water like the toilet? Yeah, like the toilet, exactly. Real life getting crazier than Idiocracy? Always has been. So let's go over, we'll look at a few of these comments, okay? So yeah, I think that, to me, I will, whatever I have to do to get what I want, I just do it. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I always, it's the same as I tell you guys at, like, at a convenience store or, like, a place. Like, if a person gets my order wrong, if, you know, like, they're, like, rude to me or whatever, this never bothers me. I never return hostility to people or anything like that. I never get mad at people for getting my order wrong because I don't care about them. All I want is for them to make the pizza the way I want it to be made. And so if I argue with them, every second that I spend arguing with them is a second that I spend that separates me from my pizza. So all I will do is tell this person exactly what they need to hear to make that pizza. I'll be like, oh, it's okay, man. It's totally fine. Just try and do it again, right? I don't give a fuck. I just want the pizza. That's all there is to it. And that's the way I look at a lot of things, right? Yeah, every second wasted is a second pizza-less, exactly. And it's awesome having a job. Pay to win is never a big issue. True, man. Yeah, all those poor losers that can't afford to spend $10,000 in video games, Fuck them. That's right, dude. True, true, true. And so let's go back over here. This one's on me, boys. Justice for Johnny Depp. We saw this yesterday. Thank fucking God. So I want to talk a little bit about this, okay? I want to talk about one of the most underappreciated and underrated and not stated enough things that is so great about the trial with the Johnny Depp thing. Let me explain. It's the first time in a long time that we've had our society make rock stars out of people who were successful in something that matters. It was the first time that we had people elevated to a celebrity status based off of their competency and their skill and their education. People like Camille, the anti-wizard, these people like this. This is a tremendous victory. The last time we had this, I thought, I've been thinking about this, right? The last time that we had this was with Fauci, with COVID. But like, it was so controversial, it didn't really have an effect. I think that if anything, it had a negative effect. But with this time, I really do feel like it's been a tremendous positive to see people, elevated to that level and look up to on that level. And these people are not looked up to because they have a big ass. They're not looked up to because they're really good at playing a guitar. They're not looked up to because they are an actor in a movie. This is a person who's being looked up to because they are an incredibly good at what they do and their job. And I think that's so incredible, man. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, I think that is such a big fucking deal, man. Like, nobody's thinking about this. But I actually think it's one of the most positive things to come out of the trial. And what's this here? Camille's hot? Yeah, no, she is hot. But like, there were other, the guys there, people were like really happy about them. Like Ben Shu, the fucking Denizen, the anti-wizard guy. People love them. And so all I like to see, let me go ahead and put this into context, okay? Is that in China, the main thing that people want to be is like a doctor or an astronaut. In the United Kingdom and in a lot of places in the EU, the main thing that kids want to be whenever they grow up is a social media influencer. US? You already know, it's the same fucking thing. So guess what? I think that I don't think that is good for society, that everybody wants to grow up and just be famous for being famous. And I think that seeing people that are successful in the field of work that they've devoted themselves to, and seeing those people gain a large amount of, a praise and celebrityship and celebrity bias, I guess you could say, I don't really know how to say it, to see these people be recognized for that, I think is a tremendous leap forward for making people that are young try to aspire to be more than popular on YouTube or more than popular on TikTok or something like that. I think it's a really big idea. Yeah, we need more credible academics in the eyes of the public. Well, I think it's more credible people that are popular and successful because of how good they are at their job. You know what I mean? Celebrity status, yeah, there it is. Love the anti-wizard, talking from a law standpoint. He was methodical. He sure was. Yeah, he sure fucking was. Why is America so obsessed with turning everyone into celebrities, though? They're not. It's just the way that media works. Because America has so much media, people become celebrities through the media. It's kind of like it's like a circle or a cycle or something like that. I think it's a very good thing, and I hope it continues. Much as I agree with trial verdicts and dumbasses using the outcome for misogyny, and dumbass media are pushing that this is the only outcome, the thing is that there's always going to be people, the reason why they're pushing that that's the only outcome is because they're mad that it happened, that they lost. Like, whenever you understand that everybody that is against you, they don't have morals, there's no ideology behind this. There's no like, oh, well, this is what they really believe. They don't care. They're just salty they lost. That's it. Yeah, I will give no credibility to any of this. There's always going to be stupid people on every side of a conversation that take the outcome as some win for their extremist fucking agenda that nobody cares about. Like, this happens every time. It doesn't mean that what's happening is bad. That's all that's to it. Yeah, it's 2016 election all over again. Yeah, and people just aren't buying it this time, man. No one will ever let me act again. OnlyFans. Yeah, I don't know really how popular that would be, to be honest. Yeah, I really have no idea. Important thing is we forgot about the trivial stuff like war in Europe and so on, so we can focus on what truly matters. Big-ass celebrity talking shit to each other. Well, that's because nobody gives a shit about the war in Europe. They don't live in Europe. They don't know what Europe is. They don't know where Ukraine is on the map. They kind of have an idea on who Russia is, and Putin is that guy that rides horses without a shirt on. That's the average person's understanding of geopolitics, and the fact is that most people don't care. And you know what else? I think that's okay. How can you possibly expect people to care about all of the problems in the world? I just wish people cared about the problems here. Yeah, it's just, that's the way it goes. Average American? No, I think everybody thinks that way. I do. I think everybody basically thinks in concentric circles of importance. People think in concentric circles of themselves, their family, their friends, their community, the country, the world. And that's where I assume a lot of people do, is that they care about different things on different levels. And I see this all the time, and people will always make excuses and say, oh no, this isn't what it is. Oh no, I really care. But their actions never really reflect that. Yeah, that's it. Did you see the Elaine interview? I saw the video of it. I'll watch it in just a little bit, okay? And I know there's some residual stuff that I'll go over, and then after that, it's whatever. The problem will have an impact on the whole world, though. Can't ignore that. Yeah, but like people don't really care about that because it's too disconnected from their everyday life. If things are not affecting people's everyday life, they won't care. That's it. They will just literally not care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. I only care because the price of gas and food has increased. Yeah, it's Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yeah, it's literally codified psychology for over like 50 years. But, you know, some people want to pretend like it's not. That's what I think. And anyway, let's go back over here. Politically, figures are trying to pass laws ensuring Johnny Depp can't happen again. I saw that. I'll look at that in a bit. Johnny Depp is in a pub. As he found out, Amber Heard won the he won the case versus Amber Heard. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Oh my god, audio? Alright, let me turn the audio on.
Johnny Depp was in the pub as he found out he won his case versus Amber Heard.
Damn. I've got to say, like, I think it's really impressive that he goes to, he tries to, like, you know, interact with so many fans and stuff like that, right? There's a lot of celebrities that don't really do that, and I think that's kind of a nice thing to do. It is. You know, I see a lot of times that that's not really the case. Yeah, he always interacts with them, and it's like, it's never weird. And, like, you've got to imagine, like, for this guy, right, it's like he's getting fucking annoyed and... Okay. Yeah, true. He's probably getting annoyed by people constantly, right? You can never go anywhere without having a dozen people go after you. And he still doesn't, he's still got a good, what's the word for it? He's got a good sense of humor about it, right? He's okay. Twitter SJW say they care for moral brownie points instead of actually being for a cause. Keep it real. Yeah, they're just mad because they lost. That's all there is to it. This was really fucking weird. This actually freaked me out. I'm gonna be totally honest. It really did. Holy shit. Getting paid $2 million, have to pay $15 million in return. Yep, that's about right. And we've got all, yeah, I saw this yesterday. I thought this was, it's pretty special. Let's just say that. Jack Sparrow's been recast as now Zach Bald Eagle. Okay, thank you. Villains that Captain Jack Sparrow have beaten. Okay. Captain Lazon. What is the rest of these here? And Azon is now considered part of LawTube. Well, I mean, look, a lot of people watch the show. I think that's what it is. I mean, obviously, that's what it comes down to. Zach Sparrow was a GIF? Okay, sure. Let me look at the GIF. I didn't know what that was. Yeah, all right. Here we go. Okay. Okay, very fucking funny. Sound? No, it's probably just going to be music. There's nothing that's going to be, you know, useful to look at there, but, or listen to. Viewer count 420 is Wayne the verdict. Yeah, that was crazy. There was a lot of people that watched. I mean, it was great. Obviously, you know, I've said before is that I find it very flattering that this many people would want to tune in to listen to, you know, my take on things and, you know, just in general, my coverage of it. I find it to be kind of a, it's kind of humbling in a way, right? It's like, okay, man, I've really got to think about what I'm saying here because there's like a lot of people listening to this. It's like I don't want to just shoot from the hip quite as much, right? I want to actually think about it and try to plan things out in the best way, you know? And broke a previous record. I don't know if I did or not. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up and see. POV, you're a winner. That's fucking right. And people want to see Asmon play games just for a few weeks. Okay, here we go.
Internet spew of trivia and fucking 24/7 internet spew of trivia and celebrity bullshit!
True. I'll be right back. Give me a second. We good. Okay, there we go. Yeah, sorry, I had to do my morning line. And so anyway, what's this here? Best take? Let's see here. Risk being self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, we already saw all that. Okay, and yeah, I will look at some of the interview and everything like that, and then also some of the other tweets people have wanted me to look at. And this is the best post that people had seen. Let me read this. I hate this narrative. It will make it harder for victims of domestic abuse to come forward. For one, it risks becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy, but also Depp was a victim of domestic abuse, and he did come forward, and he won. It's depressing that some people go out of their way to ignore this fact just because the victim was a man. As far as I'm concerned, it strengthens the Me Too movement. It shows that anyone can be a victim of abuse, thus destigmatizing the concept of victim and massively discrediting common bullshit narratives like why didn't she leave? It shows that there is no shame or weakness in being a victim of domestic abuse, and that emotional abuse does matter, and physically stronger person can still be the victim of a weaker one. It shows that victims can abuse, can still have the truth win out despite having an entire media establishment against them. People who actually cared about domestic violence victims would choose this narrative, one that empowers the survivors instead of the narrative that disempowers survivors but lets the commenter feel righteous. Now, I think this is obviously true, and I think that really, like, read this first sentence, and it's like it's going to make it harder for victims of domestic abuse to come forward. Why are they saying that? Whenever they say victims of domestic abuse, what they are really saying is women. That's what they're really saying. Is because it obviously is not going to make it harder for male victims of domestic abuse to come forward. I think that's clearly not true. I mean, any reasonable, even the most insane person could come to that conclusion. What they're really saying is women. So that's, make sure that you read and you know what people are actually trying to say. Yeah, that's all it comes down to. Extremists suck. Yeah, everybody fucking hates that shit. And I think that that's really what, as I said before, people have been pushing back on for a long time, is people just don't like the extremism and they don't like the unnecessary emotional elevations to everything. And I think that, yeah, people are just fucking tired of seeing it and they don't want to look at it or deal with it anymore. That's something for later on. Method has joined forces or done some form of a, what's it called? They've done some form of a blockchain guild. So it's going to be a pretty exciting little adventure here, I guess. It's gotten more difficult, but after they made it way too easy to come forward for women, well, I think it should be extremely easy to come forward. I just don't think that the outcome for coming forward should be immediate assumption of truth, right? That's all. I think it should be extremely easy to do that. And toxic masculinity stops men from coming forward. They get called wimps by other men. But, like, is that really true? Like, I don't think that's true. No. It is true. What you're saying is true, but, like, whenever you say, like, that's why, period, it's not. It's one slice of pizza of the whole pie. It's a big slice of pizza, but I don't even think it's half. To be honest with you, I really don't think that it's half. And I think that also a lot of people would attribute it to a number of other things as well. But yeah, no, you are right. What you're saying is true. There are guys that treat people that way, and they do the same thing with women too. It's everybody. And why you support abusers? I never do. I never, ever have done that. And I've made it very clear that was not the case. Amber said, understand, seeing a man cry was weird for her. She was reinforcing it. Of course she was. Yeah, that's why she said be a man whenever she was, like, in that private recording too. It was obvious. Anyway, so let's go back over here. And we'll look at this, and there's a couple of other recap things that I want to get into, and then after that I've got some other stuff to talk about with Diablo Immortal and some other videos, etc. And men are supposed to be strong and be able to emotionally handle anything. I think that people should be strong and they should be able to emotionally handle anything. I think that's a good thing, and yeah, that's my opinion on it. Yeah, everybody should be able to do that. I don't like this idea that there's, like, separate expectations of emotional stability for, like, men and women. I find that toxic for men, and I also find that extremely toxic for women. It's patronizing and it's also off-putting. So let's look at this right here. And do you see interview? Yeah, we're gonna get to the interview. We're gonna go down there. Wait, you're actually playing wait, You're actually playing Diablo? Isn't it a pay-to-win mess? Yes, it is. And I'm so excited to get down into dirt. We're going to take a look at it and we're going to play it. That's right. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I want you guys to see what it's like. I want you guys to be able to see how the game actually plays. Because a lot of people have no fucking idea. And you guys don't really understand. And guess what? I'm going to show you. I want to show you. And I want to give you a first-hand demonstration of what it's really like. And I will give you will watch me play the game. You will watch me go through this game. I will go through the different acts. I will go through the different levels. And I will do it and see what it actually is. Because you're right. I don't really trust a lot of people's coverage, right? I want to see it for myself. And that's it. It isn't pay to win until endgame, so it's going to take you a bit. If it's like Diablo, it'll take me a few hours to get to endgame. So I'm not that worried about it. And so let's see over here. Political figures are trying to pass laws ensuring Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard cannot happen again. It's literally happening now. They're using mainstream media talking points to ensure male domestic abuse survivors can be silenced again. So let's read this article here, or sorry, this post here. The impact of influencer culture. This is what the original person said. As Adam Waldman testified in trial, YouTubers and social media played an overwhelming role in the perception of this trial. People consume their news from content creators, specifically, give me a second, sorry, it started raining. Specifically, news around this case believe it is more trustworthy than mainstream media. Isn't that true? Yeah, isn't that true, man? Wow, read my newspaper, don't watch Asmongold. Wow, yeah, I know, man. It is. And so look at this. The potential impact of journalistic exemption from the provisions set out in the bill is also of concern. The online safety bill should not be about regulating free speech, but regulating the systems and platforms to enable safety, accuracy, and fundamentally choice. Well, I totally agree. I totally agree. I think so. And I've been tired of these mainstream media organizations pushing false narratives and misrepresenting things for years. So I completely agree. That's why I covered it in the first place. Now, I want to go ahead and put into perspective how important these people's opinions are. 2 likes, 2 retweets, 1 comment, and it was herself. Oh man, this doing numbers. These are not political figures. These are nobodies. Nobody cares what they think. Nobody cares what they say. And it will all be of no consequence because they don't matter. That's the truth. So they can get mad about that. They can cry and get pissed off, etc. But they don't fucking matter. It makes difference. It cannot be allowed to happen, be loud. Yeah, we'll just... Listen, if they try something like that, we'll just shout them down. Fuck them. No, there's no way. Like, of course I wouldn't put up the issues MP, though. UK Parliament. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that... But, like, the thing is that whenever you talk about, like, oh, well, this person is in government, a lot of these people in government can't do shit. They don't do shit. They never do fucking anything. Nothing's gonna happen. They're not gonna do anything. And also, the world... The internet is worldwide. You can't really regulate the internet very well. It's quite hard to regulate the internet on, like, an absolute level. And it will become increasingly harder to regulate as people are able to decentralize it. And this is a good and a bad thing, by the way. It's a good and a bad thing. And I think that there are a lot of bad things about it. But the amount of technology that people have to, like, host their own servers, host their own platform, and decentralize the internet more and more, I think this will continue to be the case. And people will just simply lose the power that they thought they had. The government tried so hard to control it too. The reason why it's never going to happen is you have different competing interests that want to have different bad things said about each other. So you have people basically, the government's trying to control the internet are actually the reason why the internet isn't very well controlled. It's because they never have consensus on anything on a worldwide level. Because they always try to push for things that will disadvantage other countries and other groups. So you have this happen, and it's like kind of an equilibrium of everybody trying to advocate for their own stuff. So that's probably what's going to continue happening, and I think it will only become more and more the case. And it's regional, exactly. She deleted the tweet because I can't find it. Yeah, because the thing is, again, like, I think that this stuff is on the way out already. It's on the way out, and I think everybody sees that. And let's see over here. We're going to watch the interview. I know that a lot of you guys have mentioned this to me. I will watch it, and we'll take a look at it, okay? Give me 1 second. I'll pause the music, and we'll pull this up and see what she's got to say. Here we go. We watched State of Play today. When is the State of Play? Yeah, the PlayStation State of Play. When does that happen? I want to just get an idea of, like, timing for this. It's 6 p.m. EST. Oh, so it's like way later on. Holy shit. For 30 minutes? Oh, it's a 30-minute thing? Oh, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I don't think it's that. Yeah, it's whatever. 7 hours from now. I might watch it. I might not. I'm not really going to worry about it that much. It depends on if I'm still online by then. You know, that's generally where I'm at. Okay, here we go. Exclusive talks to Amber Heard's attorney following Johnny Depp's legal win. Okay.
Elaine Charlson, Brett Hoff, good morning to you. It's good to see you. First question, how is Amber doing? We saw her hearing that verdict. It took a long time to read. It was a sweeping verdict for Johnny Depp. How did she handle it?
You know, one of the first things she said is, I am so sorry to all those women out there. This is a setback for all women in and outside the courtroom.
She should have apologized to you. Put you through all this bullshit, have you make you a laughing stock of the world because you had to repeat her lies. Yeah, she should have apologized to her.
And she feels it, and she feels the burden of that.
Well, knowing the case and knowing the law, as you certainly do, it favors defendants like Amber Heard. Are you stunned that the jury essentially rejected her story?
Well, you know, really what happened here is it's a tale of two trials. Johnny Depp brought a suit in the UK for the same case.
Yeah.
And the burden of proof was easier for him there. The son had to actually prove that it was true, and the court found.
My understanding is that I don't think that they had to prove that him being a wife beater was true. I think they had to prove that it wasn't slander. Because my understanding with the law is that the press has a different level of what do you call it? They have a different level of responsibility with slander. Effectively, it's harder to sue the press than it is to sue an individual for defamation. So Johnny Depp didn't sue Amber Heard in the UK. This didn't happen. He sued a publication for publishing an article. Like, Amber Heard was there. I mean, she was involved, but that wasn't what it was. They had to prove one occasion of violence. I'm not sure. And also, like, another factor is that, like, this is a court of another country. Like, how is this being used as the gold standard? I mean, it's weird, man. She was a witness? Oh, yeah, for sure. It was against him, not in favor. Yeah, no, I think so, too. UK has an entirely different judicial system. A lot of evidence wasn't let in the UK case. Yeah, I find this to be so weird that, like, effectively a kangaroo court in the UK is being used as a gold standard. And also, I think that people are drawing a comparison that is misleading and untrue, that Johnny Depp sued Amber Heard in the UK, and that's not what happened. He sued the Sun. He sued the magazine. He didn't sue her. So I don't know why this is even a conversation.
There, and we weren't allowed to tell the jury this, but the court found that Mr. Depp had committed at least 12 acts of domestic violence, including sexual violence, against Amber.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what?
And the burden of proof was easier for him there. The son had to actually prove that it was true, and the court found there, and we weren't allowed to tell the jury this, but the court found that Mr. Depp had committed at least 12 acts of domestic violence, including sexual violence, against Amber. So,
where did you find this? In Amber's brain? Like, yeah, are we gonna, is she setting up for season 3 here? Like, what is the logic with this? Is that, so in the UK, there was a bunch of evidence that wasn't admitted that would help Amber in her case. And I'm assuming that she's probably going to say the implication here is that it was used in this case and they still lost. I think that, like, a lot of times people never even really stop to think about, you know, like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my position on this thing is wrong. Maybe the way that I'm looking at it is wrong. It's crazy.
So what did Depp's team learn from this? Demonize Amber and suppress the evidence. We had an enormous amount of evidence that was suppressed in this case that was in the UK case. In the UK case, when it came in, Amber won, Mr. Depp lost.
But here's
So what she's saying is that it was literally rigged. So we're actually going to go with the example that it was actually rigged. Yeah, there was a bunch of evidence that was there, but we couldn't use the evidence here. Listen, guys, if it's just like, oh my God, you're not even like, bro, like, this is like saying, like, man, like, my controller's broken. Like, man, like, my C-stick doesn't work. I can't play Smash. Like, I can't roll. Like, it's not letting me roll. Like, it's just that my controller's broken. And then you give them your controller, like, oh no, bro, this one's broken too. Like, what is this? Yeah, it's stop the count. Exactly. No, it's unironically stop the count. Yeah, there it is. You still feel bad for her? Not as much, no.
the thing. You were able to get some evidence that you say demonstrated abuse. You certainly had her testimony. There were pictures, documents, all kinds of evidence. But in point of fact, the jury rejected it.
Yep, they did.
You argued in your closing arguments that if they found even one instance of abuse, and it did not even have to be physical abuse, that they would have to find for Amber Heard, and they didn't.
Well, she said in her closing statement, but that doesn't make it true. Amber Heard explicitly stated in the title of the article that she was a victim of sexual abuse. She specifically stated the type of abuse that she received, and the entire article was implating Johnny Depp as being the person who was perpetrating the abuse. If you actually think that you're gonna fucking convince people that this bullshit, like, try to do the little runaround here. See, like, these people are just, they're so stupid. And like, I don't think that she's stupid. I think she's smart. But like, this news anchor is so fucking stupid. She thinks that we can't see immediately around her language. Immediately around her language. Like, it's so obvious, like, what they're doing. Yeah, Elaine's stupid. I don't think Elaine's that stupid. I mean, to be fair, she's not doing herself any favors with this. I mean, what she's saying here sounds really stupid. But I don't know. Like, I mean, I just, like, it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And yeah, it's like they explicitly said sexual violence, right? So she was the one that categorized it. She was the one that put it into one category. It wasn't even the jury. So them saying like, oh, any violence, well, that wasn't what was talked about. It's just crazy. Like it's a big lie. Yeah, they're literally just like, it's right there in front of you, and they're pretending like it's not there.
The other part to bear in mind here is nothing changed. The op-ed didn't even mention Mr. Depp by name.
Then why'd everybody start tweeting about justice for him whenever it came out? By name. It didn't even mention him by name. Like, I mean, I thought we just got done with like a 6-week trial that was expressing that, yes, you're right, it was not stated by name. But, like, it was everything but that.
And so what basically they did here is demonize her. And they were able
to be fair, I did call her a demon. So she's right about this.
To suppress the medical records, which were very, very significant because they showed a pattern going all the way back to 2012 of
No, they did. Well, we had all the she said even it, like, she said that she didn't seek medical attention. This is such a stupid way. Like, she's just literally saying, like, what we said in a trial didn't happen, and this was all like, no, I mean, like, what you guys saw, that, yeah, it's just lying, like, you're just making it up. Like, this is the argument that she should use, is she should use the fact that Amber Heard grew up in a working class, abusive household, and it was not something that she was acclimated to based off of her upbringing, that she would seek medical attention because there is a lot of precedent for that. It's an emotional argument, and it is also partially true. She should have used that argument. I don't know why they didn't do that. It was stupid for her not to.
Reporting this to her therapist, for example. We had...
This is a medical record, yes. Reporting it to a therapist. This is the exact same thing as an actual medical record. See, this is the, again, obfuscation of reality. Mental health and physical damage are two different things. And whenever you allege physical damage, people want to have evidence of the physical damage, not somebody talking about their mental health. You can't say A and then say, yeah, I have evidence of B. Like, I mean, how do you... It's just like this absolute clownster. Yeah, I mean, like, they're really doubling down on this. No, it's more than doubling down. They're saying, like, everything we said in the trial was just not true. It's nuts, man. I have evidence of B, that means I have A. Yeah, exactly.
Significant amount of texts, including from Mr. Depp's assistants, saying, when I told him he kicked you, he cried. He is so sorry. That didn't come in.
Is there any...
Which contextually was whenever Johnny Depp didn't want to deal with it, and he gave the phone to his assistant, and he told the assistant, just tell her whatever she needs to hear to get her to shut the fuck up. You see, like, yeah, again, like, these people, they rely on these things. Remember that? Yeah. And also, like, that's fine. Like, if you want to say that's what happened, that's okay. But, like, we need evidence, and we need some form of evidence rather than, like, a text message with a plausible reason for why that didn't happen. Like, I've had that happen too. Is that, you know, I'll just tell somebody whatever they need to hear to get them to stop fucking being annoying. It's crazy to me that the people can be so complacent in trying to establish a narrative that they don't even make any attempt to adhere to the facts that were publicly televised because they think people are so stupid they won't even remember them. Do you see what I'm saying? Text with no context is hearsay? I'm sure it probably is. Like, yeah, amount of evidence goes hearsay. Yeah, exactly. That's what's so crazy is, like, they actually think that people are going to buy into this. And that's why I watch this stuff, is because if I don't watch it and other people don't watch it, nobody is going to pick up on this, because you can listen to it and people are like, oh, that sounds like bullshit, right? But a lot of people don't really see why or whatever. But, like, I lie all the time about stuff. Like, I can immediately see through this because I do it. It's obvious to me. That's why I watch this shit. It's because you can immediately see what she's doing.
Other way to interpret this verdict, though, that this jury, for whatever reason, and I hear you on some of the evidence that they didn't hear, listening to Amber Heard, did not believe a single word.
You know, and that's because she was demonized here. Okay. A number of things were allowed in this court that should not have been allowed.
Like what?
And it caused the jury to be confused.
No, like what? Like, it caused the jury to be confused. That's right. So they're so stupid that they can't understand the evidence. Is that right? Yeah, is that right? They're so dumb. They're like, what is this? Like, it's like it's like, I think, like, whenever I imagine, like, the jury in her mind, it's like a bunch of slowpokes. Like, imagine, like, just a bunch of slowpokes sitting there on the jury. And that's about it, you know? Slowpokes. Yeah, you've got a bunch of those. Only whenever she was, yes, she's salty. Yeah, I know, it's amazing. They allowed the truth. Yeah, like, what part of the evidence do you think should not have been allowed? That's what I'm actually kind of curious about, right? Is that these types of narratives can only exist in, like, a vague, foggy mirror, right? They can't exist in, like, they cannot exist in a, what's the word for it? In an open environment. They can't stand up to actual scrutiny. So they have to sit here, They have to sit here and do this.
We weren't allowed to tell them about the UK judgment. So the damages is completely skewed. There are no damages. It stopped at November 2, 2020, which is when the judge...
That's not what it stopped with. You know that. You only said that because you used that as an arbitrary time period because that was whenever Adam Waldman made the statements. It doesn't make any sense that you stopped the defamation claim there because the claim, as everybody knows, is going to follow him forever. And if you think that it's not going to follow him forever, let me hear about how you think Amber Heard is going to do in the future with her fucking stuff and her public image. And I can guarantee you Elaine would say, oh, it's ruined forever. Well, of course it is. Because a statement doesn't just immediately go out of favor or go out of circulation the moment that you stop, that you do something that's considered defamation. It's just, it's transparently a double standard. Yeah, and she's using a legal technicality of defamation to establish actual reality. This is amazing. See this? Like, it's just so amazing. I can't believe this.
Came down in the UK.
Let me ask you about social media in this case.
See, this is what this woman is really trying to do, is she's trying to push a narrative very clearly, because she just asked the same question 3 times, is that she's trying to push a narrative that people don't believe Amber Heard, and she's trying to probably demonize people online and make them look bad. That's why. So let's talk about social media, because she's trying to like reorient her. But like Elaine is a lawyer, she's talking about the case and all of the legal reasons why she should have won that are actually not really legal reasons. But this woman is trying to create a narrative that social media is the problem.
Unlike any celebrity case, certainly I've ever covered or ever seen, social media was a part of this. And it was incredibly lopsided and vitriolic against Amber Heard. Do you think that...
I think that's true. That's definitely true. The Kyle Rittenhouse case was pretty big. The Sandman case was, like there were people talking about it, but that was mainly just a political thing. But yeah, of course, this one is a lot bigger. And the reason why is that, like the Sandman case and everything, it's some guy that he basically settled with CNN and some other fucking news outlets because he sued them for like defamation or like misrepresenting him, and like that's kind of what happened. Then with Kyle Rittenhouse, it became much more technical, right? Is that like, should he have had the gun? Was this actual like violence, right? And because like shooting somebody with a gun is more far removed than domestic violence for an average person, it was not as easily relatable. So like, for example, whenever you look at the domestic violence and things like that, a lot of you guys know somebody who has been a victim of domestic violence. Or maybe you've been a victim of domestic violence. But shooting somebody with a gun during a riot is not as accessible, and it's not as, what's really the word for it? It's not as... it's not as relatable. It's not as relatable. So the Johnny Depp case was extremely relatable. And also another thing is that we had even more people that were paying attention to the Derek Chauvin case whenever he killed George Floyd. I remember whenever it happened. It happened whenever I was finishing a transmog competition at the end of my stream. So like, and I think that they were completely okay with that. And the people were completely fine with that. And the reason why is that I think that they were happy with the outcome, which, by the way, I was too. But still, I think that, again, I think all of this kind of stuff is it's completely based on being on one side or on another side. I think that's literally all it comes down to. Yeah, that's literally it. First, what's this here? Actually more relatable to me. I don't abuse people. I damn sure shoot some people. I don't know about that. I don't think it's not that the case. What's this here? Chat's rooting for fucking murder. Jesus Christ. Oh, with Kyle Rittenhouse? Well, there's a lot of people that think that they think that he did the right thing. Like, I'm not going to debate this or whatever. I don't really know all the details of the case. I think that in general, if you're rioting and breaking into buildings and somebody shoots you, I don't really care. To be honest, like, maybe he's still guilty, but I'm certainly not going to cry. It doesn't matter to me if somebody gets shot. You want to be a piece of shit, act like an animal, you're going to get put down like a fucking animal. Don't do it.
Had an effect on the case.
Absolutely.
You think jurors were aware of it? They weren't supposed to be. They were admonished every single...
Oh, so now she's trying to put the narrative that social media influenced the jury's opinion. Social media influenced the jury's opinion. Wow. That's crazy. Oh my God. Yikes, that description, dude. Yeah, that's right. I didn't misspeak. I said exactly what I meant to say in the exact way that I meant to say it. I'm not sorry. I mean it, and I think that it's true. Yeah, I just want to make sure that you don't think that you're going to get offended and then get me to walk something back. I'm not walking it back because I know it's true. And the court agreed with me. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Day, don't look at it. Do you think they did see it?
How can you not? They went home every night. They have families. The families are on social media. We had a 10-day break in the middle because of the judicial conference.
So what do you think that they should do then, Elaine? Because, like, wouldn't this really be true for all cases in all situations? Even here, let me give you a really good example. Let's go back to the Derek Chauvin case. How much do you want to bet if the people in the jury were publicly named and they knew who the people in the jury were, and Derek Chauvin didn't get convicted, that those people would suffer some sort of repercussion if people could find out what their real names are? I find the chances of that are like 200%. It's like literally 200%. So what she's saying here is that she's saying that either a case cannot even be made public at all in any regard, because then people will talk about it and express their opinion. And if it is made public, then the entire system of having a jury is completely null and void. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like she's effectively saying that the entire, by the nature of how people consume information, that the entire thing is ruined. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
No way they couldn't have been influenced by it. And it was horrible. It really, really was lopsided. And I appreciate your saying that. It's like the Roman Colosseum, you know.
Well, it was lopsided for Derek Chauvin as well. Like, again, like, do you know why it was lopsided? And I know people are going to maul over this, but it's because he was a piece of shit bully cop. Who, by the way, had a bunch of other fucking bad things that he had done before then. Everybody was happy when he got convicted. Everybody was fucking happy. There's not both sides. It's not like, oh, wow, like, what are you going to talk about how a lot of people weren't on his side too? No, of course not, because you agree with it. So it has nothing to do with the idea that the perception of it was lopsided. It has everything to do with the perception of it being lopsided in a way that you disagree with. It's completely circumstantial. And it has nothing to do with it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's completely circumstantial. It's nuts, man. What's this here? You can't make them private? Someone will leak the information? Maybe, maybe not, right? I have no idea. It's the same here. Everyone could see Amber was lying. Exactly. The court system is bad as well. Well, of course, I mean, the courts are not perfect, but I think that a lot of people are open to hearing other sides. There's always both sides considered. Yes, people get both sides considered. That's the way it goes. And you think it's fine for the jury to be influenced? I think that if you want to make an argument that the jury can be influenced by any case that's made public, you should probably also say that it is equally... So let's think about this, right? So if a case being public makes the jury invalid, then by extension of that, the reason why it would be invalid would be because of media coverage. So by extension of that, logically, I think that it would become irresponsible and a subversion of justice for a media to cover active trials, because they would inject their own opinions into it and provide information about it that would not be provided to the jury, potentially while they're deliberating over the case. Do you understand how, like, this doesn't make any sense? They're so stupid. I can't believe how fucking dumb people are. It makes you so mad. Oh my God, man. What are you talking about? I know exactly what I'm talking about. I do. Because it's circular logic. And it's not even, you know what? It's not circular logic. It's basically these people have an opinion and they work back factually from the opinion, which is the exact opposite of a scientific method, right? Scientific method is null hypothesis. You have to prove yourself wrong. These people, it's the opposite. They prove themselves right. They never even consider any other perspectives. It's so annoying.
how they viewed this whole case. I was against cameras in the courtroom, and I went on record with that and had argued against it because of the sensitive nature of this. But it made it a zoo.
Does your client...
Well, that's definitely true. And I think that the reason why she wanted to not have cameras on her is because she didn't want to have the entire world see what it looks like whenever a lawyer takes on a case they know is false, or probably, you know, any reasonable person would see as false, and still tries to turn somebody who's innocent into a monster. I think that's why she didn't want to have it be publicized. That's why she was crying in the bathroom about it, is because, listen, let me give you a little bit of advice. Whenever people don't want you to see what they're doing, there's probably a reason for that. And it's not good. Yeah, it's not a good thing.
To appeal?
Oh, absolutely. And she has some excellent grounds for it. We even had tried to get the UK courtroom, and I went on record with that and had argued against it because of the sensitive nature of this. But it made it a zoo.
Does your client want to appeal?
Oh, absolutely. And she...
Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Season 3? Oh, my fucking God. Like, it's just... here we go again. Yeah, it's actually gonna go again. Please don't. They're actually, like, what are they gonna do this time? Like, yeah, another fucking... Look at this, another Ellen coming. I mean, really, it's just nuts, man. Yeah, leave the man alone. The whole court was more defamatory than the actual evidence. I don't really know what you mean by that, to be honest with you. Yeah, was appeal not allowed? No, the appeal is allowed. Listen, they are completely within their rights as American citizens to fucking appeal this shit again and again. And you know what? They can do it. They can do it. That's their right. That's their, you know, that's what we can do. This is America, all right, guys? I wonder why Elaine wants to have it get appealed. I wonder why. Who could possibly imagine the reason for that?
Has some excellent grounds for it. We even had tried to get the UK...
I thought she said she wanted to be over and done with. Well, she didn't want it to be over and done with. She wanted to win. And now that she didn't win, now she doesn't want it to be over.
Judgment in to dismiss his case because he already had his shot.
Yeah.
And that's one of the issues, but also a number of the evidentiary issues. There was so much evidence that did not come in.
Is she able to pay a $10.4 million judgment?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Damn. I'm surprised they even let her, like, in my opinion, I think it's kind of, this is like my opinion on this, right? But I think it's kind of irresponsible for her to go on and talk about this and, like, about her, like, personal finances and like try to shed doubt on, like, the entire judicial system, etc., right? Like, it's kind of bad. I would say it's bad. This is a publicity stunt to get more clients. Who would want to have them after this?
Finally, in closing arguments, Amber's team argued that this would send a message, that it would send a message that no matter what you do as an abuse victim, you always have to do more. You need to be perfect in order for people to believe you if she did not get a favorable verdict. What message do you think this sends?
It's a horrible message. It's, as I said, a setback. It's a significant setback because that's exactly what it means. Unless you pull out your phone and you video your spouse or your significant other beating you, effectively, you won't be believed.
Elaine Charlson, Bretta Hoff, thank you very much for your time this morning.
Oh, my God.
Appreciate it.
Like, people actually believe this shit. Oh, wow. Isn't that crazy? It's just, it's so funny for me to hear this shit because it's just, or show the evidence. Yeah, the case was unbelievable. Like, men can't be victims apparently. Hospital records, pictures, come on now. Yeah, just have better substantial evidence. Yeah, it's again, they want to turn this into some big issue. Is this the same?
So the damages is completely skewed. There are no damages. It stopped at November 2, 2020.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, of course, right. You're the technicality here. It's just nuts, man. It really is. It's absolutely fucking nuts. And she's doing rounds. Also did an interview on CBS. Bro, this is going to be 15 days of fame. Oh, my God. And, like, the thing is, like, I don't really care if she wants to go on and do interviews about this stuff. But, like, I don't know. I just find it to be kind of like sad. It's like you're famous because you lost a court case, you know, and like you made a fool out of yourself. Why would you do this? How is it they're allowed to speak against a court ruling? I think they're totally fine to speak against a court ruling, but it just depends on how you do it. Yeah, she's a shit lawyer who cares what she says. Yeah, I mean, apparently nobody. Apparently the jury doesn't. All right, I'll watch it. I haven't seen this, and then after that, I want to go ahead and just move on and get into some other stuff, okay? What's this here about the finger? The way Rotten Board kept saying Johnny cut his finger off, despite the full clip of Amber apologizing and acting manic. She's trying to reframe the story after they lost. Yeah, she's just trying to not look bad. I think that's all it is, too. You can say you disagree with it, but imagine getting trouble. You get in trouble for saying it's wrong. What did Fox News have to say? Oh, let's find out. I think this one, yeah, this one's on Fox News. Okay, here we go.
Look, here's the bottom line. For this woman to come out and say it's a setback for women, I think she needs to understand one thing, and that is that what she did was harmful to real victims of domestic violence.
That's what everybody says.
And I'm sorry for saying it again. I started the first domestic violence unit in the nation. I have dealt with battered women for 30 years. As soon as she started, it was clear she was not the victim. She was the abuser.
Damn.
And Johnny Depp had lawyers.
God damn.
On this Camila Vasquez was right on target with her. The tape recording.
Yeah, she was.
Said, Johnny, you going to be a baby? Are you going to tell everybody I didn't hit you hard enough?
You're going to be a man. You know, that's the toxic masculinity. I do think that toxic masculinity is a real thing, but the only thing I disagree with is the idea that it's perpetrated only by men. I think there's a lot of women that push up the same thing. Like I've seen a lot of times where Fox News, well, I mean, yeah, I agree with this. I agree with what they're saying. Like, to me, I don't think you should ever go and like listen to, like, I think, you know what I was saying before about how like not to idealize and like make people role models, but ideas? I think it's the same thing with like these news places. It's like Fox News is gonna. I think that they're right about this. I think what she's saying is true. But Fox News says a bunch of other stupid bullshit too. You have to be able to like look at things and actually listen to what they're saying, rather than kind of let your fucking predispositions make all the decisions for you. Yeah, that's what I think.
It was difficult for this man to make a decision to put his whole life on the table, but he had nothing to lose. And when they said to him, what have you lost as a result of what she did? He said nothing short of everything. And so she tried to promote herself as being part of the Me Too movement. Yeah. That here I am, a woman who's being abused. And she said, you know, the defense was, we didn't know if it was about Johnny Depp. Are you kidding? Yep. 2 years earlier, she tried to get a temporary restraining order against him, and it was in all the newspapers. But she was impossible to believe. And I would tell a jury as a judge, if you find that one witness has testified falsely with respect to one fact, you are free to disregard their entire testimony.
Isn't that exactly what I said? Isn't that exactly what I fucking said? Uh-huh. Look at that. Yeah, she's been watching the clips. Holy shit.
This woman lied over and over again, and I feel free to say that on television. She lied. She was a liar.
There it is.
She was the abuser, and he was the victim. And let me just say one more thing. For him to take on this burden, which is not only proof that he was defamed, that she was talking about him, but that she was malicious. That jury had to really see right through her to say she was malicious. And they found for him 10 million compensatory, 5 million punitive damages. That's to punish you, Amber Heard. Yeah. For taking on this guy's
pointing at the fucking camera, bro. I love this. They dialed that down. Apparently, like, there's a cap for punitive damages, and it's like 350 grand, and like that's why it got lowered. It actually had nothing to do with you know, anything else. Yeah, it's like 350 grand. So that's what happened. Yeah, what? Yeah, that's the law there.
In destroying his life so you could be part of the Me Too movement. Don't give me this stuff, you know, it's a setback for women. You do not represent women. You represent the worst of women who try to falsely blame men.
Jesus.
That's the end of it.
God fucking damn. I like how there was a guy in the background who's like, yeah. It's like he was live reacting to it right there whenever it was happening. I thought that was pretty funny. It was, yeah, that was, I agree. I agree with what she's saying. I think so. I think there's a lot of people that see that. Yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. And what's it? Jerry's got sent a message to those 5 million. They knew it would be lowered. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it comes down to. Punitive is precedence for the court to use as a basis. I don't really, you could say that, but like, I don't think the jury cares about precedent really with like a punitive damages, but I have no idea. I've never agreed with her in my entire life until then. Yeah, I've seen her do some other stuff, right? Yeah, she's district attorney, judge. I mean, like, so it's funny to hear like the opinion of somebody who's actually like, you know, a legal expert, right? Somebody who's actually was a judge or like a, you know, an attorney, rather than somebody who is a news anchor. And it's validating that she said the exact same thing that I fucking said. Is if they're lying about one fucking thing, they're lying about other shit too. You just can't prove it. That's what it is. Broken clock twice a day. That's right. And thank God for that. It looks like it's about time. Well, let's see here. Forum TMZ guy trying to get an interview with Elaine to give her an extra 15 minutes. Okay, I think I've pretty much seen all the rest of these here. And yeah, I mean, there we go, guys. It's just, as I said, it's funny to me to see this. You know what we're gonna do? Where's the picture? Where is it? Wait, where is it? Where'd the picture go? What the hell? We have to, yeah, I'll respond with the picture. Give me 1 second, okay? Let's see if I can find it real quick. It's, come on. Oh, there it is. Okay, we've got it. And let me save this, and there we go. Alrighty, and here we go. And let's upload it. There we go. All right, yep, that's all you have to do. That's all you gotta do, guys. There's nothing crazy, nothing different. Everybody, yeah, it's just that simple, guys. Megapine Pepe, yep, just keep responding, and that's all you need to do. The thing is that, as I said, I think that to the extent that you engage with people like this that are clearly, I mean, you saw like how much just bullshit they're saying. It's just bullshit. And I can almost respect. It's like it's going so bad for you that you've decided that it's like, man, the gloves are off. I just need to, I need to hit a dub here. I'm going to go for a grand slam. I'm going to close my eyes and let Jesus take the wheel. And just fucking make the whole thing up, say the whole thing was rigged, and be like, yeah, of course we're going to appeal this. We're going to try to shut this down. Absolutely. Yeah, go for broke. I mean, at least try. You know, that's what I would do. And so, yeah, but she did whiff. Yeah, I think so. And let's see if there's any more information about this that I missed out on. I think there's all that. And let's see here. This is more about this stuff. I think I've pretty much covered everything. Let me go back over. There was a video about it, but I don't know if I'm going to watch that today or not. I might watch that another time. Watch Elaine at CBS. Let me see. See if I can find it here. Oh my God. Bro, she's going on tour. Oh my God. Okay, all right, let's do this. Well, let's see. In the retrial, they should lower the fine to the exact money she got in the divorce. Yeah, there's another one. Oh my God. 15 minutes of fame. Well, the last one was 6. This one's 6, so she's only got 3 left. Okay, guys, here we go. No, the thing is that you should really appreciate people like Elaine, because they are so bad at hiding what they're trying to do. And it's like, thank God we don't have somebody who's actually like really charismatic and smart with communicating that can actually convince people of something that's not true. Because she's just, I mean, the more I see of her, maybe she's not a moron. She's a lawyer. She's a massively successful lawyer. She's in this firm. It's obviously a very good firm. But she's certainly not very good at communicating. She's really not. She's not very good at communicating. I could have defended it better than she did. Like in like these interviews, 100%. And it just depends on the way that you say it. Honestly, like she's very bad at lying. I think that's what it really comes down to. She's very bad at lying. I 100% think so. Yeah, exactly. She's not charismatic. Yeah. It's like the way that she says it And like the arguments that she uses are so stupid. You defend yourself for a living? Yeah, I do. Here we go.
A Virginia jury's decision to side with Johnny Depp in his defamation lawsuit is drawing both condemnation and praise. The verdict came after 6 weeks of very dramatic testimony from both sides. She claimed that he abused her, while he said she was the abuser. In his reaction, Depp wrote, "The goal of bringing the case was to reveal the truth, and that truth never perishes." Elaine Charlson-Bredehoff is the attorney for Amber Heard and is with us now. And we should mention, we did also reach out to Johnny Depp's team, but they declined to be interviewed this morning. Elaine, thank you.
Well, that's probably a good thing. I mean, like, the thing is that, as I said, I think that they shouldn't go on interviews. The truth speaks for itself. There's no other reason, like, it's done. You know what I mean? Like, it's done. Like, yeah, there's nothing they can gain by talking about it.
Very glad you're here.
Thank you.
We heard Amber's reaction to the verdict yesterday. This seems to be a huge victory for Johnny Depp this morning.
Yeah, a major setback for women, for women inside the courtroom and outside the courtroom.
Because?
Because basically what this said, you know, Amber had an enormous amount of evidence, although
she's using the same lines. Yeah, she's using the same lines, exactly. That's what it is. Yeah, it's the same lines, the same thing. Yeah, an enormous amount of evidence. I thought it was a mountain. Now it's only enormous.
It was suppressed in this case as opposed to the UK. But look at all the women who have no evidence. All these women who suffer from domestic violence, domestic abuse.
So what are you saying? That like they should just be able to say that it happened and then the guy goes to jail? Like, what are you saying? Like, yeah, like, look at all the people with no evidence for their case. I can't believe all these people with no evidence aren't going to be believed. God, this is such a travesty, guys. Like, again, this is what I was saying about how she has no fucking idea what she's saying. It sounds so fucking stupid. The moment that you even expose this to even the slightest amount of fucking, of critical thought, it immediately falls apart. Oh my God. In most those cases, there's no opposing evidence? Yeah, that's true too. Oh my God, man. Amber, get the fuck up.
They don't have evidence. And basically what this jury said is unless you pull out your cell phone and you tape record your spouse beating you.
Yeah, she's using the same lines again.
You're out of luck.
But Elaine, I think it was bigger than that because you had the evidence, as you say, but they did not believe her. Why do you think they did not believe her?
I think that a lot of that was that it was Johnny Depp. I think the celebrity status.
But she's a celebrity too.
No.
But she's a But
to be fair, Johnny Depp is a lot more popular than Amber Heard, right? And so, I think you can still make this argument. I actually don't think that like the host of the show, like her saying that Amber Heard being a celebrity too. Like, all celebrities are not the same, on the same level. I don't think that's an incredibly good argument. But, I mean, it is something to say. I mean, she does have a platform. It's not like she's a nobody.
But she's a celebrity, too.
Right.
But you have to remember, it's a tale of two trials. All the evidence came in the UK. Mr. Depp brought that one. The burden of proof was on the son in the UK because they had called him a wife beater and talked about the domestic violence.
They sure did.
He had his opportunity to tell the truth then. And a 3-week trial.
Well, wasn't that like? And again, it's just that she's trying to use this. Was that televised? Was that trial televised? The UK trial. Yeah, so it wasn't televised. So like, it's just again, like it's just, how is it that you could just go up here and just fucking make up a bunch of bullshit? It's like you're not even trying. Like you're not even trying. And the thing is, like, what these people rely on is that you the audience are so fucking stupid that you won't even see the obvious discrepancies here. You won't even see this. Like it's you're not even like they're not even trying.
He lost. The judge found 12 acts of domestic violence, including sexual violence. And that came out November 2, 2020. We weren't allowed to tell the jury that.
Well, it's a different system, and the judge, it wasn't a jury, it was a judge.
Yeah, it's a different system, exactly. It's a different fucking system. Why are you even going to use these as comparison? Like, fuck it, it's just so dumb.
That it was substantially true, and that is significant, and I think surprised a lot of legal analysts. But you know, in this case, the jury not only didn't believe Amber Heard, but in rule,
it's again that he wasn't going up against Amber Heard. He was going up against his son. Proving like the amount of times that somebody has been able to successfully sue a news publication for defamation. I think I can think of one. It's so hard.
That she acted with actual malice, that means she had the intent to cause harm, right? That's a pretty high standard to have proven.
And it's pretty amazing since the op-ed never even mentioned Mr. Depp. You have to remember that. What they learned from the UK case is to demonize.
Even their own witnesses said it was obviously about Johnny. Like, what do you mean it didn't actually mention him? Like, what do you... Oh my God. Oh my God. It's just, that's... So, wait a minute. So if it didn't mention Johnny Depp, and you're going to use that logic, but you're still going to use the logic that I kicked her, how do you know that Johnny was talking about Amber? It could have been about some other woman that he kicked. Oh, but that's different. Of course it's different. It's just so stupid, man.
Amber, which is what they did, and to try to suppress as much of the evidence that came in the UK and did not come in the United States. But the other problem is we had cameras in the courtroom.
Oh,
so
right.
here we had, not only did we have a group of Depp fans that were there every day, 100 were allowed in. They lined up at 1 o'clock in the morning for their wristbands to be in that courtroom.
I'll give Helene a point on this. I think that's cringe as fuck, probably just as much as she does. I think it's really fucking weird. People that want to be on camera for the court case. I want to be on TV. I think that's weird, man. It's very weird. It's not a big deal. It's not like this is the reason why it happened, but I hate that stuff. I think it's weird.
We had everything on camera, and we had tremendous social media that was very, very, very much against Amber.
It was pointed out that that was the first time that a victim of sexual abuse had to testify on live television.
And I thought,
is that true? I'm not even sure. I have no idea. But like, I'd have to look back and take a and look at the rest of it. But like, it's funny to me, man. It really is. I think it's fine for law students, but yeah, it's a little weird for fans. Oh, for law students, I think it's totally okay. Like, I would have no problem with that if you wanted to watch a case. I mean, I think that would be encouraged by the courts, right? Is they'd want to have people that were, you know, law students actually come in and be like, hey, this is how it's fucking done, you know? Be like, hey, you saw what they did? Yeah, don't do that. That didn't work, did it? Yeah, it was pretty stupid. Well, of course, I think that makes sense.
And lost that battle. It should not have happened.
So I am a former NFL player, and after a hard loss, it's easy to wake up and point to the other side. Oftentimes,
my man, you know where he's going with this. You know where he's going with this.
I realized the better thing to do was to look in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
What mistakes did I make as a player? What mistakes did our coaching staff make? And then how can we improve from there?
She's not going to like that one.
Do you feel like you guys made any mistakes along the way? Do you feel like Amber made a mistake while she was on the stand? Because you're saying it's the celebrity.
Well, no, she didn't make a mistake. She made mistakes. It was multiple. Yeah, see, like, and this guy, like, I love how the way he communicated that to her, right? Is like, this is probably the most diplomatic way to communicate this kind of stuff, right? Is like, you can see the way that somebody can talk to another person and call them, basically say, well, you fucked everything up, so why are you surprised? But like, go and say that in like such a diplomatic way.
Johnny, it's the people who support him. But what about you and your team?
Well, and that's an excellent question. And to say, and you know, Amber even said on the stand, I am not perfect. I am a human being. These people were giving her death threats. They threatened to microwave her baby. This is the kind.
Who do you think, like what is this? This one again, yeah, it's just, that's not an answer to the question. Well, no, it's about Amber. She's not going to talk about the shit that she did wrong. You know what I mean? Like, especially, like, remember whenever she said in her closing argument, whenever you're thinking about how much money Amber has to pay, she literally got the jury to think past the sale of convicting her own fucking client. That's like this is a fucking used car salesman technique that everybody uses, and she used it on herself. Oh no.
Kind of social media she was getting. So are any of us perfect? No. Is there something else we feel we should have done? Yes, absolutely. I redo my closings 100 times afterwards, whether I win or lose.
Just imagine her in the mirror. Amber, get the fuck up. Amber, get the fuck up. Amber, no, all right. So, Amber, get the fuck up. Amber, get the fuck up. You know, over and over and over. Her closing was a joke. I think her closing argument was probably the best thing that she had done, because it was the equivalent of just going for, you just go for it, go as far as you can, do my best shot. It was the best part about it. It was funny. It was insane. It was like disarming because it was so fucking nutso. And it's like, it could have worked. It didn't, but it could have worked. And I think that there are cases where probably she's done this in the past and it did work.
That's part of being a good lawyer, a good trial lawyer, is
right.
There's always something. But I think that there were a lot of influences here that were beyond our control. And I think the social media, it was like a Roman Colosseum. Is the best way to describe the atmosphere here. And I have to believe that the jury, even though they're told not to go and look at anything,
she's going to accuse the jury of being biased, and they're like, like, I think that you could make this argument. Like, see, this woman could make this argument if the jury's names were like leaked and people knew who the jury was. But what she's saying is that, like, what is really what she's saying? She's saying that people who looked at the discourse online decided one way or another, right? Yeah, the jury cheated. It was the jury, bro, like, you know they were cheating. What's the evidence? Guys, you know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. I mean, come on.
You know, they have weekends, they have families, they have social media.
They were not sequestered. They were not sequestered.
And the 10-day period we had, how could they not have been influenced?
Yeah,
but
sure.
Elaine, for most people watching this trial, and a lot of people, as you know, it got huge views. It just seemed to be so messy and salacious and so tawdry on both sides. And I think for a lot of people from the outside looking in thought both of them were not telling the truth, and that they mutually abused each other. Do you not believe that was the case?
No, and that's one of the many mistakes.
So she's not even gonna go, and it's like, that's true. No, there were a lot of people that thought that. I mean, obviously this woman is trying to use that way of language to push that narrative because it might be what she kind of believes. I don't really know, but there were a lot of people that came in during the whole event and they were like, oh, why are people talking about this? They're both abusers. Let's just move on, right? There's a lot. It's true that this opinion was shared by a lot of people, and now she's not even going to concede to that.
The way that Depp's team approached this was based on ignorance of domestic violence. It completely ignored the cycle of violence and just said, oh, she wouldn't have done this if he had been hitting her. That was their approach.
So you thought that they weren't fighting fair?
Correct. I don't think they were fighting fair.
And you think Amber Heard is, in fact, a civil...
That's good. Yo, my man, just get her to say it. Bro, just get her to fucking say it. So basically you think they weren't fighting fair? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there it is. I love that. At least she'll say it. You know, like, I mean, again, like, I can appreciate, in a way, somebody like Elaine, because she will literally just come up and say it. She'll be like, yeah, the whole thing was rigged. Everybody was lying. The jury was cheating. The other team was cheating. The plaintiff was fucking lying too. Everybody was lying. Social media was against us. They want to microwave everybody's babies. And we didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you just, go all the way out. Go all the way out there. Why not?
Driver of domestic violence.
Yes, I absolutely believe that. And there's a tremendous amount of evidence, much of which did not come into this trial, did come into the UK trial. We even had more evidence. We had
Does anybody ever ask why? Like, can you give an example of the evidence that was admitted? Yeah, like what?
Records. We had mental health records that went back to 2012 that were contemporaneous. We had text messages from Mr. Depp's assistant saying, when I told him that he had kicked you, he cried.
So how is she today, Elaine? How is she today?
That's not an admission of guilt. Yeah, that's not an admission of guilt. Like, it's just not. Now, obviously, it's substantial, and, you know, if you have other corroborating evidence, I would say it is. Yeah, sure. But that alone is really kind of not.
What is her next move?
She's right. Well, her next move is appeal. There were
But she's heartbroken.
She is heartbroken.
Oh my God.
And one of the first things that she said when she came back from the verdict, when we went into the conference room, was, "I am so sorry to all these women."
She said that?
Yes, she felt.
That's what I thought too, man. Listen to how he said that.
I'm so sorry.
Listen to how he said that.
These women.
She said that?
Yes.
She said that? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, bro. Like, That's exactly what it was.
She felt like she had let down all of these women.
She did.
Because she had more evidence than most people do, and yet they still didn't believe her.
Elaine Charleston, Bredehoff, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Yeah,
we'll be right back.
All right, well, there we go. Can she even afford to appeal? I don't know. Maybe she will. Like, appealing to the masses for sympathy. Yeah, I think so. Amber hitting her son's trainer and somebody's talking about victory. No, I didn't see that. I don't want to look at that. The thing is, like, where's she going to get the money to appeal? I don't know. I mean, Diablo, I think it comes out in a few hours or something like that. I'm not sure. I'll probably start it about then, and so that's what's going to happen. And she photoshopped the evidence. Yeah, it's like, what do you, like, I wonder, like, can somebody please ask her? Like, so how do you explain how these two pictures are the same? How do you explain this? Between the two that look the exact same. Like, how would you explain? People think that these are Photoshop. Why do you think they believe that? You know what I mean? Like, why not ask something like that? And she had more evidence because she duplicated it. Yeah, she has infinite evidence. She could copy paste the same photo 100 times. Exactly. Didn't they want to protect the jury? Now she's criticizing their integrity. Well, yeah, and you know that she'd be saying, listen, here's the thing. Gooch Marauder, thanks for 5 subs. I appreciate it. You know that if this whole thing happened and she ended up winning, she would be saying how much she appreciates the jury, how much she thinks the jury really went out of their way to, you know, look at the facts and see their side of things. So it's, again, this is... And you shouldn't be mad at her for this, right? You should be like, oh, wow, I can't believe she'd do that. Of course she's going to do that, right? I mean, that's just what people do. But it's obvious what's happening here. And that's what I'm really saying here. Do you think she's saying this so the jury will reveal themselves? No, why would they? They don't give a fuck. Yeah, they have no idea. You mean she'd be on TV talking shit? Yeah, team is defensive. I think so. She helped select the jury. Why am I not surprised? I can't believe this woman is still arguing it's all the evidence. How's she not embarrassed? Absolutely unbelievable. This literally keeps presenting her opinion after the jury has decided justice prevailed. Thank you, Judge Penny, putting cameras in the courtroom. It's mind-blowing how the media keeps twisting as if people didn't watch the trial. Yeah, it's like they didn't even watch it. They didn't even see what happened, man. It's nuts, man. UK trial was rigged. There's connection between the Sun and the judge on some foundations. Listen, I don't know about the UK trial. I have no idea. All I'm saying here is that I think we'll probably see a few more of these interviews. You know, I have a good feeling that we haven't seen the last of Elaine. Like, and to be honest, I think people would just want to get her on their show because she'll just say, like, she'll say what nobody else will say for the worst reasons. Yeah, look at the host faces at the end. Well, I mean, I saw some of what they thought about it, but like, yeah, it's like they're gonna get more of it. Both sides of the case can pick the jury and refuse people. It's negotiation. Yeah, I kind of understand that, but I don't know like what the entire process is. If the jury sided with him, the mountain of evidence they're talking about would be very little evidence, and she'd be thanking them for paying so much attention to it. Yeah, it's just obviously bullshit. And as I said before, it's funny to see people come on. And what I also think is really funny about this is that people paint this as like an anti-woman thing. Look at all of the top comments here. From Melissa, Vivian, Wendy, Betsy. All of these people are women. And this is the social media impact. Yeah, these are all women saying that she's a liar. That's what I find to be so... Oh, they're all bots. That's right. Yeah, they're all fucking bots, man. Internet women? Yeah, so they don't really count, right? I mean, yeah. There's no girls on the internet, guys. And it's not true. There's no women on the internet. Yeah, true. So I don't know. It's annoying for me to see this. And seeing a picture of a UK judge relation publication. Oh, I'm not doubting you. I fully expect it to be rigged. And I think that you're probably telling the truth. But anyway, I just... I don't know. I guess we'll find out and see if there's any sort of other information about this or anything else that happens. But I'm just kind of glad to see that, you know, the right thing happened. And that's where he goes. Amber's latest tweets are all bots. It's probably not true at all. I'm not surprised. And anyway, we have Camille Vasquez as role model for women. Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. So Belluer made a tweet, and this is about get Elaine on stream for crazy content. If I could get Elaine on my stream, I would wake up at 6 a.m. Okay? I would, that would be amazing. I would be, oh, wow. Dude, that's so good. Holy shit, that's crazy. Wow, thank you. That's so good. Jesus, look at that. That's crazy good. Wicked, yeah, I know. Oh, the new Elden Lord. Yeah, there, it's perfect, okay? Oh god. And raise a glass to the winner, upvote to scare Asmon. Okay, yeah, I'm sure if I watch a YouTube video, I'll find that soon enough, okay? Oh no. Okay, so listen. Obviously, Diablo Immortal is coming out today, and there are a lot of people out there who are, I guess you can say, disappointed with the pay-to-win elements of Diablo Immortal. And so let's go ahead and look at Belluer. Belluer has been a content creator for WoW for years. He's talked about this before. And here we go again. Regarding Diablo Immortal monetization. He just straight up says it. Blizzard should be utterly ashamed of themselves. It is disgusting and shouldn't carry the company name. Isn't that why it should? I won't go any further, but I mean, you know, like, let's be fucking honest, right? It's another L. Yeah, well, actually, that's not really an argument against, that's an argument for. And so it's a shame the actual developers have done a marvelous job. Well, that's the thing, is that you can always expect pay-to-win games to be good because they have to offset their good gameplay somehow, right? You should probably chill. And I actually, oh my God, thank God. All right, now I want to talk to you guys about, remember what I said before about how it was like a big, what do you call it? It was a big thing where a lot of people have just like slowly been boiled alive. They've been boiled like a frog. And now they're just accepting this kind of bad stuff. And they don't even care anymore. It doesn't matter to them as much as it used to. And I think right now we're seeing that. So let's take a look at it here. Here's Kimberly here. Now, you should probably chill. It's a mobile game. Blizzard is just supposed to be different from literally every other mobile game. They all monetize. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to. It's a good game. No need to panic and call it disgusting over money you don't even have to spend. These are the people. Everybody said, oh no, that's not what gonna be. That's not what gonna be. Nope, I gotta not do that. But there it is. See, I told you this shit was real. I told you, it's a mobile game. No, what she's doing is she's making an argument to this is normalcy, right? This is a normalcy argument. This is it happens all the time, so it's okay. And you know what? She's not wrong. And that's why all of these other mobile game developers do it, is because as soon as one does it, then they all start doing it. That's the worst part. It's now normal for people. I have been I've realized this was happening about a year ago. And I think that with Lost Ark, I think that's whenever things really kind of went over the edge. And Bellier is going to talk about that in a few minutes. So let's go over and read a few more comments. Oh, this one's about me. Thank God. Almost Old 40, I've not felt the need to buy something at all. I'll see if that changes, and if it is, I'm gone. But so far, it's absolutely great. We'll see about that. And I find it hilarious that Asmongold, the same person that spent years complaining about a cash shop mounted WoW, is so openly accepting of microtransactions and practices of Diablo Immortal. He already said that he's going to whale the game. I don't understand it. This is another person who's not happy about this. Deathbird, thank you very much for the 5 good subs. I appreciate that. Thank you. He said that he's going to whale the game to expose the huge power gap that's created in the game. He accepted this type of disgusting monetization system will be accepted to games until they're regulated and banned legally. At least that's what he wants. Wow. That's actually a really good summary of what I think. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's see over here. That's the thing that every sane person knows already. Like, holy shit, it's like saying, I will buy this $10 million watch to prove that it's overpriced. No, Zappy boy. Let me prove you wrong. And I will prove you wrong with this tweet right here. What's going to happen is Dennis is having fun playing the game right now. He says Diablo Immortal is absolutely great. You see what I'm saying? He really likes the game. And you know what? He doesn't feel the need to buy something at all, which implies that he doesn't know the way the game works. And if he did know the way the game worked ahead of time, by his logic, and if it does require you to buy something he's gone, he would have not started playing the game in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Do you see how this works? That's why people like reviews. That's what makes sense. You don't say? Yeah, of course, and that's what makes sense, right? Dennis is crying now. Dennis is okay. He's fine. He's playing the game. This is what happened. It's a mobile game. All fine here. And again, man, they're just making excuses for it. They don't care if it wasn't free to play. Would it be worthy of $60? I don't know. Can't even play it because I live in the Netherlands. So I guess we have these laws for a reason. Exactly. And let's see some more of these here. And what's the rest of this? Screenshots of being free to play. And it doesn't matter even if they roll it back a bit. It'll still be ridiculous. I don't know, man. The company name isn't that high regard. The gameplay isn't bad, but having shit thrown in your face every so often about limited time offers after completing something is so predatory. Not to mention after the fact of doing rifts will cost you beyond one day. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I don't understand the it's a mobile game argument. That shouldn't equate it. There we go. Hey, my man, he follows me. All right. That's what it is. Yeah, I went to check. Look at that. All right. Didn't WoW do the same thing? Waited years to implement the WoW token? Yeah, you don't immediately do that. What's this here? Defending a mobile game without playing it for 5 hours to hit the pay to win wall? That's what we're going to do. We're going to see what this game is really like, and we're going to decide it for ourselves. And McDonald's shows you a picture of a whole free burger whenever you get a free burger. Only to get the bread and anything else you put in $1 for there. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's plenty of people that do that for cars, too. It's a very common technique. Do you guys not have credit cards? Oh, my God. It's banned here in Belgium over gambling laws. Pretty much what kind of trick they're pulling everywhere, honestly. And so then Bellier goes on to say this. It's designed for fools with more money than sense, and to manipulate money out of those who fall for its time is a money loop. Evil bullshit. The actual loop that's is that of a knockoff NetEase ARPG. Well, I wonder why. And which is hardly a surprise since it's co-development. Yeah, okay, there we go. And so he's just completely going in on it. I wonder, is Bellier, is he awake right now? Maybe I'll try and get him on the stream and talk about it. Let's see if he's on. 4 hours ago, 2 hours ago. I don't know if he's still awake. But, like, yeah, I'd love to bring Bellier on the show and talk about this, because he might know a little bit more about it than I do. And also, look at this. Do it? Well, maybe do, like, an all-craft or something like that with Bellier. I'm not really sure. It's only 5 p.m. there. Yeah, I don't know. And let's see here. I'm sad mobile games can have great conceptual gameplay, but be 100% ruined by monetization. I know, dude. Let me see what he says after this. So this is what accepting Lost Ark pay to win gets us. This shit is normalized by gamers, and especially streamers for whom whaling is an ROI positive. And so that's what I was like, true. Because you know he's talking about me. Right, he's 100% talking about me. It's got, fuck you, McConnell. It's 100% about me. You know it, I know it, everybody fucking knows it. And so I'm excited to see what this is gonna be, right? Just to release the Diablo video. I'll look at it in a few minutes, okay? Yet people defend Asmon doing it by calling it satire, when he's clear he does it because he wants to progress, and this broadcast has tens of thousands of people, wherein people follow suit, this nonsense continues. You put out 200 videos, clip positive Lost Ark because it's good for your algorithm a couple months ago. Well, of course he would do that because he didn't understand the game as much and the game seemed promising, and I think that it's become less pay to win over time. I actually would make the argument that Lost Ark is less pay to win now than it was before, and I think that will continue to become the case because Legion raids are so punishing and so hard that you cannot spend more money to gain an advantage in them. That's just the truth. With Argus, you could easily spend more money and be able to skip phases and not have to deal with the mechanics. Vaulton, you cannot outgear gravity. That's the facts. You cannot fucking outgear gravity. And that is a good thing. I think it's a really, really good thing. And that's why the prices on a lot of honing materials have gone down too. Yeah, that's all there is to it. That's what's this here? Hard gameplay doesn't mean pay to win. Oh, it's not pay to win? So like whenever you spend money on a game, I think that one element and one factor of this is how much that money converts into an added success chance for the game. And I don't think Vaulton is a numerically hard fight. Like, he doesn't really do a lot of damage. A lot of his abilities are very easy to avoid. There are very few times where you have to take damage on Vaulton. So the only times that you take damage are whenever you make a mistake. So if you play better, you are going to have no problem killing him at 1445 if you're doing hard mode. You will have literally no issue at all. It's a low IQ check. No, I'm talking about everybody because I was raid leading the fight, so I know what happened. And this is, I think that's a good thing. Yeah, a lot of the things that if you get killed by something in Vaulton, it is like 99% of the time your fault. Just ignore boss and kill boss dude. Yeah, true. And they just made Infinite Chaos rewards roster bound. Mats are about to skyrocket. Yeah, I saw that. I'm kind of worried about that because I don't want to have to spend a lot more money. And I think that could be a better idea as long as they offset it in another way by adding the materials in differently and making it roster bound. Apparently until like a year ago, Raid and Dungeon in chess, you used to have to play blue crystals like what Immortal is doing now. Why am I not surprised? And so, yeah, I guess that actually kind of makes sense. So there are people that are upset about me doing this, but I do think that I'm doing the right thing. I do think so, and I think that if I don't do it, nobody else will do it, because I think that I am the only person that I can trust to give it a fair shake. Yeah, I will show people what it's really like. And I think that's the best way to do it. Doesn't excuse the sheer amount of money the game lets you put in, even if it's pay to win. It doesn't help you out in Legion raids. That's true, but I would argue that it is less pay to win than it was. Less does not mean not. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, yes, I'm the arbiter. Well, somebody has to do it. You know what I mean? Let me look it up. Let me see where Bellier's video is here. And pay to win, don't have wallets. This is too much. And this is, okay, this is probably the guy. Let me go back over here, Diablo Immortal. I want to try to figure out this one. Okay, this is a pretty popular video. Let's go ahead and watch this. Holy shit. Bro, we put this shit out yesterday. It's got 400,000 views. Oh my God. Let's actually watch Bellier's video about the topic, okay? I think that's the best idea. Pay to win games make me suicidal. Asmongold saves my life whenever he talks about this shit. I'm telling you guys. Like, remember what I said. I told you guys, I was like, listen, people are going to continue being okay with it and not caring about it, and there's nothing that you can do about it. You have to make rules against it. Please, all I'm asking for you guys is to listen with this, because I'm not wrong, and I know this is what's going to happen. I know it, And if people don't listen to me, it's just going to get worse. Yeah, I'm proving a point. Yes, I have to do it. Are you going to become a raid boss? I hope so. I mean, it's going to be a lot of money to do that, though. That's the thing. Okay, here we go. Let's watch it. The way you show the game is in context with essentially infinite money and pushing max eye level. The way to show would be play normally and spend small money occasionally. No, I don't think that would really even matter, right? Because you're doing it all in the context of what it is in itself. All right, let's watch it. Here we go. Yeah, I don't think that really makes sense.
Including the face detection libraries in Diablo Immortal because it's an NetEase game.
Marlon been seeing this. I loved it.
So this is a real thing.
I think it was Marlon who saw this. Was like, what are these? These are facial detector libraries. What are they doing in a mobile game?
Yeah,
and everyone's like, "Oh, you sweet summer child."
No, it's from yesterday.
These are here for a very interesting reason that you probably shouldn't look into.
Yeah, this is not going to be popular with Western gamers, that's for sure.
Well, that's the thing. It's not going to be a
Apparently
problem for
it
Western
is.
gamers, but the libraries will be in there.
Yeah,
the
people
fact
don't
that
care.
They're there just is
like whether they're used or not.
I think in no way will I really don't think any of these libraries will be used in the West.
They won't. They won't.
It's just not going to be a thing. It is there for compliance reasons.
Yeah.
In China.
Yeah, NetEase don't want to do this if they don't have to.
Yeah.
But Chinese government tells them to.
Well, so before we get into that, I guess the basics are 2nd of June is when Immortal comes out, including
there
on
it is.
PC.
That's today.
Wyatt Cheng recently did
Don't you guys have phones?
interview. He said, "I do believe it's going to change a lot of people's minds on what they think of as a mobile game." That was one.
All right, that's what he says. That's what he says. All right, okay.
One of our goals since the beginning. Let's elevate the standards for what people expect from a mobile game. Just
Look at
because
the
it's on a
latest
small
video.
device
I'll
screen
look at it
doesn't
after
mean
this.
it's a small project. The team and effort and resources are just as large for Immortal as they've been for Diablo 3 and 4.
Yeah.
That sucks to hear, really. I mean, it sucks to hear that like a pay-to-win game is getting the same level of attention from Blizzard that Diablo 4 is. Yeah, that's sad. That's actually that's depressing. Straight up fucking sad.
That's a thing.
Chunky.
That's the thing where I think that if they'd said this before Genshin launched, people would have called them fucking stupid. Like, what do you mean?
So this guy agrees with me.
AAA,
The Genshin
go
was
fuck
the fucking
yourself.
turning point.
It's a mobile game,
Yeah.
you dumbass. But then I was like, wait, actually, shit.
Oh yeah, Genshin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Genshin's bigger and better than a lot of AAA open world games, and it's on fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not only is it on mobile, but it has it's cross-platform, I think, and most importantly, it's pay to win. It's a pay to win game.
We might have to take it seriously, Wyatt.
Rich spending 20K. He spent way
Yeah,
more than that.
Genshin you can play on your other
Way more.
devices, right? So
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like Genshin's definitely, as Jeff was saying, is an exception so far. But everything that's like the first past the post is going to be an exception.
Yep.
But then you see, Miho, you're working on other games. It'll be the same formula. Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Oh, there's another game. Fuck, what was it? Basically, there's a bunch of mobile games that feel better than AAA in a bunch of ways. Or feel as good as, rather, in terms of quality overall. Genshin's just the flag post one.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the game
it's
feel
going
matters a
to
lot.
Seemingly be a massive game for free, but obviously asterisks to that. Now let's talk about these face detector and tracking libraries. So, what in the communist China is going on with Diablo Immortal's highlighted binaries? Why does the game need computer vision / facial detection libraries? Is this something NetEase utilizes in other games? This is a bit yikes, or am I overreacting a little?
Oh my god.
And I would say not an overreaction. Certainly raises eyebrows if you've not seen it before. And just for some of the proof here,
Holy
we've got
shit. Look at that.
facialanalyzer.dll, landmarktracker.dll, and a
Look
few other
at
things
that.
as well.
Open computer vision stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Wow.
So why are these things? Well, number one, the worry is, of course, privacy.
Yeah.
Just Marleman saying.
Yeah, of course. People don't
there's
want to
big
have to
privacy
deal with
concerns
that.
here. Not only should this be disabled on the non-Chinese client, but these libraries should just be entirely removed. I made a joke about running Immortal exclusively in Windows Sandbox a while back. Don't make that a reality.
Yep.
Now, you still might be...
See, here's what the problem is like for every Martin, look how many people responded to Martin's tweet. It got 20 likes and 2 replies. Nobody really gives a fuck about this because people, this is the thing, people will resist for like a temporary period of time and then they'll go back and they'll be like, you know what? It's not that bad. I'm going to let it happen anyway. You know, it's okay.
Wondering why
That's
are
what
these
happens.
there? Well, number one, he's right. They should not be in the global release.
No, they
That's
should not.
So stupid. It opens them up to so much criticism they don't need to deal with.
It's unnecessary.
The reason why it's there is because of the draconian rules around...
A Diablo dev replied to Martin's tweet saying it got scrapped. Is that true? Yeah, is that actually true? That happened?
Participation in video games that exist in China.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, good.
There are age and time restrictions that basically the government really started to heavily clamp down on to the point of requiring facial authentication.
Yeah. Yep. The government of China actually has like
sign in,
1984
basically
shit like
use
that.
your government Face ID to play your game.
Yeah,
yep.
So if you just do a little... if
China like it's some fucking
facial
1984 shit.
NetEase,
uh-oh.
The first thing you get is NetEase Games Explorers, and this is literally from... This is from tomorrow because it's the 20th of May in Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But it is from tomorrow. NetEase Games explores face recognition functions to build a line of defense for underage network protection. As the scale of underage internet users continues to grow, the issue of network security has once become the focus of attention from all walks of life. As one of the earliest domestic manufacturers to implement
that's
an
interesting.
anti-addiction system.
Okay.
That sounds good. Anti-addiction system. Fantastic. NetEase Games has always attached great importance to the protection of underage
libraries are
cybersecurity.
still there. Okay.
Recently, they've actively explored the facial recognition verification function based on
to make sure kids aren't on the phone
and connected it to the juvenile protection system. Which means this is intended to, for all of those people in China playing Diablo Immortal, this is whenever they turn that on, is intended to look at your face and go,
are you a kid or
your
not?
face belongs to the ID of someone who's 15. You're not allowed to play at this time of day. Goodbye.
Yeah.
That is nuts, bro. Holy shit, that's nuts. That's creepy? Yeah. Here's the dev response. If you link it to my mods, they can link it in chat. That's nuts. That's China? Yeah.
So basically it's compliance in China. That's the situation.
That's nuts.
It does mean
it makes
that
sense though.
I'm not going to be overtly used in the West or anything like that.
No. Yeah.
But I think they really need to remove that shit from the non-Chinese client ASAP. I suppose it's probably the case.
It's a matter of trust, I think.
China-specific client.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it does, because maybe there's other things they need to change. I know, like,
you'd hope so, right?
They're not super into, like, bones and skeletons over there, like as seen in World of Warcraft. And this is a Diablo game, so surely then there would be a Chinese.
There would be a separate client
version of the game.
That actually makes sense logically.
In the global release. I don't know
because because NetEase sent over the final build and Blizzard went, yeah, okay, go. Sweet.
Yeah, probably.
I got it. Thanks to Tilly.
Now another thing here. Lots of servers. There's all the servers. It's a lot of fucking.
So Adam, who's like one of the devs on Diablo, responded to this guy. He was the one, Martin, who brought up this topic, and he said this. This was a few days ago. He said, "So I went to check on this. We were once working on a feature allowed your character to mimic your facial motions and expressions, but we depreciated that as soon as we thought the feature did not meet our quality standards." Okay. Okay, all right. Yeah. I mean, they should probably take it out. Like, yeah, I mean, then they just take it out, and that way, like, people will trust you. The thing is, like, what?
Said,
say what?
Right? That's not what they said. He said it didn't meet their quality standards, right?
Yeah.
It's not that the whole fucking thing is weird and creepy and, it fucking violates some serious privacy things or trust issues. No, it just didn't meet the quality standard that they were aiming for. Like,
yeah, it was only 1983, not 1984.
Weird. Yeah.
No,
exactly.
I don't think so. I think that Adam he's not a PR guy. He's not like this. Like I don't think that you can read into what he's saying as much, right? This is a guy who's a developer for, well, I guess he is a community lead, so like that's kind of, you know, I thought he was a developer. I know he's community lead, so that is a little bit different. But like in my opinion, I think it's a cool idea to have the character be able to mimic your facial expressions and stuff like that. That's a cool idea. The problem is not that it exists. The problem is that it exists without the option to turn it off. You see what I'm saying? So like some people could like that idea. For example, I know there's people that there are a lot of games where you can submit a picture of yourself and then it tries to make the character look like the picture of you. So yeah, I think that's what people didn't like. But I don't know if we can really like dissect this and say like, oh, that's actually what they meant. Because I don't think that this is a fundamentally malicious thing.
What?
I don't think that it's fundamentally malicious to have a feature in the game that allows the character to mimic your facial expressions. I don't think that's fundamentally malicious. It's not. It can be used maliciously. Of course it can. But it is not fundamentally malicious. No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, like, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Like, sure. But, like, wait a second. CCP... Oh my God, you don't know the true intent? Neither do you. Neither do you. Listen, I think that you can make an argument that we don't want it in the game. It's not something that players are comfortable with and it's bad. But I think that not wanting it in the game is different than saying that like it sucks and you were actually trying to do it for some other reason. You're right, it's two separate usages of it. Yeah, it's two completely separate usages. It's nuts, man. Facial ID isn't the same as facial mimic. I have no idea. There's another answer from Adam. John Zena would like to have a talk with you. Okay, sure. All right, guys. That facial data would 10,000% be sold for cash. That's the main reason behind the feature. I find that to be a very large stretch in logic. I do. I'm going to be honest, guys. I think that's a very, very large stretch in logic.
That's a lot of servers. I'm so fucking tired of servers in my games. Yeah. I hate having to make a decision which server to go on.
Thank you.
Makes sense in World of Warcraft for like economy stuff and like small scale MMOs and all that for like community stuff. But I'm so used to playing games. There's like, no, I log in and I play the game and I get matched with people who play the game and I play with my friends no matter what happens. And the restrictions of servers feel so old fashioned, but it's because everyone just has, you know, fake servers. It's all virtual.
Yeah, I mean, I wish there were no servers as well. I think servers are not useful. I find how people overreact when the game's using your camera in the app, but they have smartphones with face scanners built in, which do pictures every few seconds. Well, yeah, I just find this to be, a overly paranoid, illogical conclusion. I do. I find it to be overly paranoid and illogical. It's not that I'm not saying that it's not true. Of course it could be true. I'm saying there's not any evidence for it to be true. Read your phone TOS? Okay, then it's with the phone. Agreed, it's very conspiratorial. I think that this is kind of like what happens, right? Is that people don't like China and they think that China doing something is like fundamentally bad, so they will always try to derive some form of like evil out of it, even if something can just be objectively it can just not be a big deal, right? And that's literally it. And so yeah, long live our glorious supreme leader Asmongold. Okay, guys. Oh my God, that's not even about that. Oh my God.
I think facial recognition, that kind of technology is a good example, in my opinion, of just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
Do you think people should have the right to do it if they want to?
Fuck no.
So you think the government should make it illegal to have any facial recognition software?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's fine. I think that's a fair point to have. That's a fair perspective to have. And like you're right. I think that there are a lot of people that the truth is that they feel like if you open the door, somebody else will eventually come through that door who is going to use it in a malicious way. And to be fair, I think you can make a strong argument that every single other thing like that has happened in the past. And sure, I will accept that. Okay. That's fine. But I still don't think that that means that every person that develops something that has or uses facial recognition software is using it for a malicious means. I think there are probably some people that use it just because they think it's cool, they want it to make the game better, and I'm not going to say that every person that uses it, every company that implements it into a game is actually malicious. I find that to be unreasonable, although I can respect and I can probably agree. I have to think about it a lot, right? But I could probably agree that facial recognition software is not a consumer-friendly practice. Does that make sense? Yeah, without telling you about it? Well, I think that they have to. I'm not sure if it does or not. Just because it can be used for nefarious means, does that mean it should not be allowed? Yes, but if something can be used for nefarious means in a way that makes people uncomfortable, then people have the right to, petition to have it be disallowed. Are you sponsored? No. Oh, by the way, I'm not sponsored. I haven't taken any money from Blizzard. I think I've talked to like a couple of the guys on the Diablo team. Every relationship and every interaction I've had with the Diablo team with Blizzard has been overwhelmingly positive and really good. And so I have nothing bad to say about them. But I do, I want to go at the game. Like, do you really think that I would be watching a video like this about Diablo Immortal if I was being sponsored? They'd be so upset. You just watched a video about how the government uses video games for their schemes, dude. You're referencing a CIA document that was never implemented. Yeah, you're referencing that, and also, like, here's what I find to be illogical, is that if the government is going to compel and use these companies to use these facial recognition softwares, how do you know they're not doing it already? Because I would argue that if they're doing it in such a cynical way, it would already be happening.
With a whole bunch
they
of
are. So then who cares about Diablo Immortal?
This is like specifically anything interesting to.
Okay, so then who cares about Diablo Immortal?
Functionality? Because I don't
then
know
we're right back where we're at.
I don't think they've talked about what specific server functionality is. I know they have like the world level stuff, but I don't know if that's based on server whatnot.
Yeah.
But if there's no like cross server functionality or moving servers, then I'd be very concerned.
China got to you, bro.
Making the right choice, which seems bad to new users, but that was just me immediately being like, I'm old and I'm angry at this.
I think perhaps one thing we can take away though. Yeah. Probably expecting a lot.
It's up. Yeah, I'll play it in a bit.
Over 30 million registrations.
Yeah, they're right.
That's
I'll play it in a bit. Don't worry about it.
This shit's going to double their MAUs. Over double their MAUs.
Straight up.
It's going to triple it probably.
It's going to be wild.
And you know what happens whenever they triple their monthly active users? Is we get a WoW mobile game, and then we have a StarCraft mobile game, and then we're going to have more mobile games, because as soon as they start making money off of one of them, then they'll start making money off of all of them. And what's this here? Snowden proved the government was doing illegal stuff. Doesn't mean you should normalize it. I think a lot of people are putting words in my mouth, and like, I think people are very emotional about this topic, and so because they're emotional about it, they're not thinking about it clearly. Yeah, because I'm not saying that. I never said that. Yeah, they're not listening to what I'm saying. They're just repeating some like NPC dialogue.
I think
it's going to be insane.
Now for the release times, there they are. So I guess let's see, for us it's going to be 6 p.m. BST. Oh, lovely. Yep. On the 2nd of June, which is next week.
Yeah, this is a global release, so it's all the same time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so there, iOS, Android, PC open beta. Actually, you can start preloading it now, I think, in PC, and it's 25 gigabytes.
Yeah, I think it's, I think people are saying 3 gig on mobile, I think.
It's like 25 gigs on PC.
Wow, that rootkit into wow, bro, that rootkit into my PC that's gonna feed all of my personal bank account information directly to Xi Jinping over in China. Wow, I didn't know that was 20 gigs. They're gonna have to do all of that stuff. 20 gigs to make my computer a satellite for China's surveillance system into America. Damn, bro, that's nuts. Look at that.
I guess that actually means
Yeah, I don't know how to say his name. I don't speak Chinese.
They don't have mobile-only textures. No, they have assets that seemingly mean that, like, I mean, the file size is way larger. Like, they're evidently confident that this can go onto a big screen and hold up.
Yeah,
I mean, much like how Genshin does, but of course with Genshin, it's so stylized, it kind of gets that for free in a way.
Yeah, Genshin's very stylized.
So we've got that. I guess here they have some installation and play instructions. Don't really think we need to roll people through that.
Yeah, everybody gets that.
Work it out.
I would hope
Crossplay.
And then there is just some stuff you got to do to get cross
okay.
stuff going. Yep. Basically, there you go. Look, I'm going to play it. I'm at the very least curious.
My man.
Yeah, no,
My man.
I've never been a massive fan of Diablo overall, but
My
I did
man.
enjoy a decent bit of what I played of 3. I did enjoy.
He's gonna try it
30
out.
Or so hours of PoE I played. The end game loop definitely not for me because I don't like doing the same thing over.
Is Rich gonna mega
over,
whale
over
Immortal?
and over again
Yeah,
for
probably.
loot?
Why wouldn't
Unless I have a decent skill element to it, or it's fun. Because like Monster Hunter's kind of proven me wrong on me not liking.
Yeah, there's no reason
killing the
not
Sims
to
or
mega
whatever.
whale.
But very much, I'm definitely gonna play it to see if it's got the single player element,
Of
to see if
course.
it's got the campaign of Diablo 3 in terms of quality. Because if it has that, then I'm absolutely, especially if it's free to play, I'm like, yeah, I don't have to pay any money to enjoy all of this. Sweet, great, fantastic.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Well, I'll link this video for you guys. They put it out the other day. Someone said they just recently brought out a new one about the pay to win stuff. Is that it? Blizzard's biggest content output since 2008. I'm not really sure if that's it. I'll go back and I'll look at it. Is that it right there? On PC, it's actually up. Okay, let me do like a couple more videos and then we're going to start the game. Okay, guys? It's on the main channel. Okay, let me go back over. By the way, guys, Bellior makes really good videos. Please follow Bellior. He is great. I watch pretty much all of his videos. I remember I have to... Oh, my God. A 39-minute video? Holy shit. Holy shit. He's mad. If I do this video, you guys have to know, that means right after that, I have like, I've got so many other things that I want to talk about today. Okay, let me do, let's see, what else did I really want to get into today? Okay, all right, there's one other topic I want to go through, and then after that, I will watch this video, and then we'll play the game. How does that sound? Yeah, how does that sound? What do you guys think? Big opinions? Yeah, I really want to hear this, like 100%, man. And did you ever play a Monster Hunter game? I have no idea. Okay, all right. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about real quick, get into this, because it's obviously a pretty big thing, kind of ties into this whenever you really think about it, is a, let's go over here. This is Scott, Sko, the leader of the Method Guild and the Method Org. I'm happy to announce Method Meta Guild, one of the fastest growing blockchain gaming guilds with my partners in every realm. I've worked very hard on MMG, Method Meta Guild, in the last 6 months. I'm excited to create opportunities. So he's obviously announcing making a game, making a method like attached with this like kind of like blockchain type stuff. There are a lot of people who are not happy about this. And by a lot of people, I mean literally every single person in the replies except for like 2 people. A lot of people are very, very worried. And Scott actually came out with a video clarifying some things. So we're going to take a look at it. And then afterwards, I haven't seen it myself, so I want to watch it first before I really have an opinion on it. Okay, guys? So let's take a look at it. And holy fucking shit, dude. Yeah. And, reading your replies to yesterday's announcement, sharing a quick video, clear up some points. All right. So there's a lot of drama, etc.
Hey guys, good morning. I just wanted to make a quick video about the announcement yesterday. But firstly, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate that. And of course, all the feedback. I've read through all the comments. And I mean, there is just a few things that I wanted to talk a little bit more about because I think it might have been a little bit confusing. So firstly, Method Meta Guild itself, this is a new entity. It's a partnership with Every Realm. So it's a separate entity from Method, the esports organization, and the guild. So, you know, it has...
Find that to be a little bit disingenuous. I mean, you use the same name. I mean, you're using the same name. I feel like that's kind of obvious. I mean, it's the same name.
It's on social media channels. And I just want to talk a little bit more about what Method Meta Guild actually does. So, high level, it's very similar to a traditional esports team, just that it obviously operates in this new sector of gaming, the blockchain gaming side of things. But in general, the focus of the Method Meta Guild will be to, you know, create content, you know, work with competitors, build out an esports presence, put on events, like just all the kind of stuff you typically see with an esports team just in this new sector of gaming. And I'm really excited, honestly, to see, you know,
what's
see where
blockchain
things can go
gaming
there. Like, just in general,
nobody
I
knows.
do obviously understand, you know, a lot of people are quite skeptical about blockchain.
Yeah, of course.
You know, in terms of the crypto space, there has been a lot of bad actors and bad projects.
There sure has been.
But the technology itself is, you know, it has a lot of potential, and if it's, you know, used in the right way, I think it could be very positive, and it could be a big win for everyone involved. We're obviously one of the earliest adopters in terms of this new venture with Asmongold. But you know, I've had a lot of conversations with, you know, various different esports team owners and companies in the space, and I know that they're all, you know, very interested in the blockchain gaming side of things. A lot of hiring has already started and already begun in regards to bringing on, you know, people who are specialists in Web3 and blockchain.
This isn't really saying a lot.
I think you're going to see a lot of entries in the near future from, you know, from various teams in various shapes and forms. But actually, there is actually esports teams that have already made an entry. Like, if you guys are familiar with Team Secret from the Dota scene.
Just making an argument in my house.
They made an entry a while ago. But yeah, I mean, just in general, guys, thank you for the support, and hope you guys have a good day.
Okay, so let's read what some of the comments are. So this is what he said. This is not an NFT sale project. Method MetaGuild is a separate entity focused on blockchain gaming. Title's not WoW. Method WoW Guild is not involved in this project.
Good morning.
I think that there are a lot of people that are going to listen to this, and just no matter what, they will dislike it, and it doesn't matter what happens. He didn't really explain a whole lot. Yeah, I feel like this didn't really explain really anything. I think the truth is that Method's had like a pretty bad reputation, and to be honest, I really respect Scott a lot. I do. I think the fact that like he was able to like Method, like, I mean, obviously he had like a tremendous fuck up with what happened in like 2020, right? I'm not even gonna get into it. Everybody knows what happened. It was probably the biggest fuck up that like any esports org has ever had in all time. And the fact that he's kept it together, and he came back and he got like world 5th or world 3rd or something like that in the recent raid, I think that's commendable. Because a lot of people after that happened would just pack it up and stop, and he didn't. He world 2nd. Oh, even better. Yeah, world 2nd. And he kept going. He kept trying. He kept swinging. And I think that's really fucking impressive. Because I can't think of a single other person who would not just immediately throw in the towel right there. I mean, I know I probably would have. Like, I would have just been completely fucking defeated. Exactly. And so, like, is that commendable? It shows that money's all that matters. I don't know. I mean, like, at what point is something money and what point is something like your passion, right? It's like he's done this for like 10 years, etc. I think it's probably a bit of both, right? He obviously cares about the money. Of course, that makes sense. But at the same time, like being able to like rebuild Method to a pretty good amount, I think that's commendable. I think also, however, because Method has such a tarnished reputation, and I think that'll become the case for really ever, but like I think 5 more years really is people that's like people's like I guess like their recency of it. And it's money that makes you start an NFT gaming brand. I think that could be it too, but I think Method has always tried to go off and like do like these weird things, and so I don't really know what's going to happen, but I am very skeptical of this. I am very, very, very skeptical about this. How dare you want to make money? Well, I think there's that too, right? They bugged out the last boss. I still think it's still impressive. Hey, you know, a win's a win, right? That's all it comes down to. It doesn't matter because blockchain gaming is garbage. Do you know Josh is massive crypto bro now? Yeah, I've heard about that. Absolutely. And is it time to, I don't think it's time to shun them, to be honest. Probably a good business opportunity for them to explore for the new mobile blockchain market. Blockchain gaming market. I think the truth is that a lot of people don't want mobile gaming, and they don't want blockchain gaming. They don't want the commodification of gaming. They want gaming to just simply be gaming and not have it turn into some form of parallel to real life. I think that's fundamentally what it is. We're going to take a look at this video. After we finish this fucking video, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start playing the game. How does that sound, gentlemen? How does that fucking sound? It's going to be a short 3-hour intro today. And obviously, like later on, I might do Vault and later on too. I'm not really sure exactly. Yeah. Did you pre-install? Let me double check right now. It looks like it says play. Why does it say? It says it can't be played yet. Now, I guess it'll be 40. Yeah. Why does it say that? Restart it? Okay. Let me restart the client, and then I'll try to get it done, okay? Give me 1 second. Alrighty. And there we go. Let's open it up again. Okay, and play. All right, yes. So it should be loaded. It should be no problem, okay? You have to pay for it? No, I don't think so. All right, here we go. 30 minutes? Well, we should have time for this then. Some people are saying that I can use it. Some people are saying I can play it. I can't, whatever. We'll find out. This must stop. Blizzard's new game will completely destroy their reputation. That's the one we're about to play, by the way. Here we go.
Okay, Diablo Immortal has been out for a day on mobile. It hits PC later on today.
Yep.
In some ways, it's actually a marvelous Blizzard game. But in other ways, it does mean that the Blizzard name is well and truly dead. And by saying that, I mean, you can no longer really... Oh, people would argue that ship sailed. But in a way, you can't take the Blizzard name as being a guarantee of certain things. Because this game, while it is a very well-developed game that is very fun to play, with a gargantuan amount of content.
Holy shit.
It is unfortunately monetized in a predatory, disgusting manner. And it's time for me and Matt to talk about it, because we've both played slightly different formats.
So
I think will be useful for the audience. Because
Blizzard
for me,
quality polish
I basically
returns.
played it like it was a console game. I hooked my iPad up to my monitor, just pop a USB-C
It's a good
cable in.
game.
I connected a gamepad. I set the graphics settings.
Video's a little
all to their
quiet?
highest,
Okay, sure.
60 FPS, and there I am playing it on, on this big monitor. Very crisp image, gameplay that's extremely smooth.
Is that better?
Whereas you tried mobile and your iPad.
Yep, so I played the way kind of intended, you're sitting there with your phone, obviously not set up, leaned over like a gremlin, as obviously people kind of tend to do. That's,
that's what I do.
Gamers who sit in their chairs look bad. Mobile gamers are going to be pretty grim in the future. But yeah, tried it on mobile and 60 FPS, set the settings to low to conserve battery. Still looked pretty good. I was happy enough, played for a couple hours like that. Then I moved to my iPad and played with the Ghoulie Kit controller that I was talking about on the channel a while ago. And that was also just a pretty good experience. Played it on medium to conserve battery life, but 60 FPS, and it looked pretty good. It was.
What do you guys think?
It's a Diablo game. I was like, oh, this just feels like playing Diablo 3.
Yeah, what do y'all
Except for
think?
the fact it's trying to sell me something every 35 seconds.
The game's
that's an
good,
exaggeration, but it certainly feels that way.
I'll see how the
and that was my first experience as well. It just immediately...
Lost Ark 2?
I'm back playing Diablo 3. That is something I enjoy. For D3, I'd play the campaigns maybe once or twice, or go up to the harder difficulty mode.
Oh, man.
Do a little bit of an endgame grind, do a few rifts, whatever, and then I generally stop, because I'm not that kind of seasonal ARPG player. And I immediately got all of the same brain things massaged by this game, right? You kill something, loot explodes, assuming you have auto loot turned on, you hoover it all up, you put your new gear on, you keep on going. And at least for the Demon Hunter, it is super fun. It maps onto a gamepad really well. The control scheme is actually, I wouldn't say innovative, because a lot of these are a long-term solved problem in the mobile front, including for games that...
Guys, I'm fucking ready. Let's go. This is crazy. I'm excited.
Co-development between Blizzard Entertainment and NetEase. But at least what it means is even when I'm playing it on the gamepad, there are times where doing twin stick and face buttons, because you'd be using one stick to aim some of your aimed abilities, that would be a bit weird to do with your hands.
Impossible,
yeah.
But the amount of just... it assumes the right place to aim. So, yeah, it's an aimed button, but if you just tap, it'll kind of go in the direction you're facing or whatever. All of that works really well.
Great.
It just feels so smooth to play.
That's incredible.
Just like a Diablo game,
it's like Lost Ark.
You just keep on going, going, going.
Yeah.
It is exceedingly addictive in terms of how the actual gameplay design
This sounds
feels. Like
really good.
All of the kind of hidden things.
This game's awesome.
That you
I
don't
love
really
this
notice so
game.
much until they're off, like the pacing of your quests, the pacing of combat, how long a dungeon feels to take, how long like an Elder Rift feels like it's going to take. That stuff's like 3 to 5 minutes, probably
That's
faster
good.
if you're good, better gear. But it's all that kind of very
How do you get
nice
better gear?
session time. All those little solved things that you go.
Yeah, how would you get better gear?
I blinked and I've been playing this for 6 hours and I don't really know why, but I had fun the whole time. That's exactly what they've really very much nailed. Some of that might be NetEase having experience in the genre. Some of that might be the Blizzard polish from the Diablo team. Yeah. But either way, it is just a Diablo game that feels fantastic.
Like the atmosphere is great. The voicing.
Oh, Deckard Cain is back.
Kane's back.
He's
He's there. It's a Diablo game. It really is.
Outside of the fact that if you're running it on lower settings for your mobile to actually run it, it is just kind of like a not an extremely high budget AAA game like we know them now. It's no like Last of Us Part 2 or Horizon Forbidden West or anything like that. But it is basically, it does feel like a Blizzard game. It probably looks better than Diablo 3 at times, for sure. That's nuts.
Yeah, so that stuff is all...
I think the ground textures look better than Diablo 3. The fidelity is not really amazing. I think the game, it's just... It looks a lot like a PlayStation 2 game.
Just marvelously done. Like, the actual development team of this game have done a marvelous job.
Oh, they've nailed it in every way, yep.
Yeah, and of course we still have to put a pin in this.
Maybe
and
PlayStation 3.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, you can be right.
The monetization is disgusting.
Look at the title. Like, I know you guys can't see it. The Greed. No turning back from this. Oh, man. All right, boys.
The monetization has ruined the Blizzard name in a way. And they can never walk back from this. Because it is that form of monetization with the Blizzard name. You look at Hearthstone, you're like, oh, those cosmetics are a bit dumb, and oh yeah, it's CCG. That can get a bit rumbly. You look at Warcraft Arclight Rumble, where, yes, you can pay for some fast...
Somebody in chat asked, why are you watching a video about the game instead of just playing it? Because I need a balding, bearded man, middle-aged man, to tell me what to think about video games. Yeah, I need to have my opinion about video games validated by a balding, middle-aged man. That's why.
Progression.
Obviously.
But broadly, it is not considered to be an excessively monetized game. And then, which we'll get onto soon, look at Diablo Immortal, and you become shocked.
They have straight up just taken the mask off. They're not trying to hide anything anymore. They're not even trying to pretend that this isn't a game for whales to throw the money into.
Good!
They're just like, yeah, from day one, from the first second you log in, yeah, here's every trick in the book, every single tactic that is researched for making you give them your money is there.
Yeah. I mean, why make World of Warcraft when you can take money from people in a game like this that have 30 million pre-registrations? And I suppose the shocking thing, you look at Call of Duty Warzone. You look at Call of Duty Mobile, relatively innocent in their monetization. Right? You look at some of these big mobile free-to-play games that have actually came out, and like they're not that bad. Like COD Mobile is, or at least when I played it at launch, and at least if we're doing
I never played a mobile game before in my life.
You know, launch of COD Mobile to launch this, it's insane. COD Mobile, you hop in, you're like, okay, I can see how you want me to give you money, but I'm just playing this and it's really fun. And it's obviously not really that pay to win because you'd ruin COD if you did that.
Yeah.
But you look at this and it's crazy. So of course it's a mobile game, and the way that they do things in mobile.
$21, and that's euros. That means it's like $600 in USD. Holy shit! Pounds? That's $1,200.
Mobile games is they kind of get you used to certain things, because what they want to do. This all goes to your man to Rolf, who gave the
each pound is
$16. So they're giving you the little samplers, little things like
beginner's
your daily free
800% extra value. Holy shit! You'd be losing money if you didn't buy this.
Bonus. You don't get that from
a
normal button in the UI. That's contained inside the store because they want to train you to go to the store.
Right.
And as time goes on...
That's smart. That's what Lost Ark does. Exactly. That's smart. Yeah, you get them into the habit of going to the store.
It's all about training.
That's smart.
That to get these things will take time. Alternatively, you could spend some money and you will get those things far faster.
Yeah.
Time is money.
Friend.
Just that what's funny here is that time is money in a game like Lost Ark. Just means you're kind of buying those various different materials off the market board. So this game does actually have some of that market board stuff.
Yeah.
What's funny is that it goes and does everything else. I don't want to say that this makes Lost Ark look like a Sony blockbuster premium that costs £70. In a few ways, it almost does.
Yeah, I mean...
So what you're saying, Bellior, is that Diablo Immortal is more pay to win than Lost Ark. Oh my god.
Like, Lost Ark, I think, took a pretty bad rap from a lot of people for having, like, the pay for convenience, pay to skip stuff, and then also having a bunch of cosmetics on the side. And
Bro, just say it, man. Just say it. The shit's pay to win. It's pay to win.
All that. But it was easy mode compared to this. Like, that's a game that is... They learned that they had to support their free-to-play players better.
Yeah.
And they eased up on the time requirements. They eased up on the monetization requirements over time, and that led to better stuff.
Yep.
But
that's what Stoops was saying.
Anyone at NetEase has learned these lessons. I don't know if they're super here, because this is really aggressively monetized from the get-go, and in ways that you've kind of got multiple tracks of progression, and one of them is just solidly, here's a massive wall of time. You can skip this unlimitedly, freely. You just need to give us about £2 a pop. And that's like, it's really hard to describe how much that is just, you know, it's just putting £2 in the machine to play a game.
Quite literally. Because
it's like an arcade game where you put in quarters to have more lives. Yeah, it's like, what's the difference between this and two squids? That's what they pay for over there. They only eat seafood. It's weird.
Loot boxes in this game are ones that you go inside and fight demons in, basically.
Yeah, so if you know the rifts from any
free
of the Diablo
daily
games,
rewards.
I can't remember the similar
that's smart.
concept in PoE, but you know, you go in, kill a pile of monsters, boss spawns, kill that, sorted in a couple minutes. The way it works is you get these things called crests, and you add them to the rift when it spawns, and that gives you gives modifiers, but also gives you the chance of dropping a legendary gem, which is this, like, basically one of this.
So you buy the crest with real money, and then you use the crest on the rift, and then you have a higher chance of getting a good item. Oh, boys. We about to get it twisted. Oh, we about to get it twisted. Oh, man, I'm going to rebuild my life.
Part of progression. You get these legendary gems of different ranks and different types. You combine them into each other. You upgrade them by smashing one up and putting it into the other. All that kind of proper, you know, you need 400 of these to make one really strong kind of feel. And these crests, the rare crests, give you, I think, a data amount of 5% chance of getting a legendary gem of rank 1. Or you can use a legendary crest, which is the one that you get like 1 or 2 a month if you're a free player, but you can buy them for £2 a pop all day long.
Wait, what? You get 1 or 2 a month if you're free to play, but you can buy them infinitely for, like, what's $2? $2? Holy shit!
That's what makes
it's
the
$5.
Elder FP. Oh, you're getting this little bit of gameplay.
That's nothing.
And then if you just give a little bit of money when you get into this little gameplay session, then you get the big juicy hit of progress.
Oh, I love this.
And like, how many of these? Like, if you were doing, I'm trying to think, what is a realistic number of legendary crest rift runs you could do per hour?
Per hour, you, I think if you went like slow, you could probably get 15, maybe.
Okay.
Each one of those is £2.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That would 15. Be for like a hyper wheel, buying them all. You don't have to do that. You can run them with.
Okay, so 15 times $5. That's what's that? 75. And so, man. That is, so you spend $75 an hour. Wait, it's only 2.5? Oh, that's nothing. That's only $30 an hour. Yeah, it's only $30, $40 an hour.
It's just rare crests, which you get at least one a day.
It's
and
pretty good.
Like, kind of regularly, because that's the kind of, you play the game with the item for the low chance, but you cough up for the big chance.
Yeah.
That's how it feels.
Now, there's a lot more than just
so
that.
much more than that.
That's the thing. So, number one, when you log in, it gives you this one-time bundle for 89p. This contains...
Wait, so the first thing that you do whenever you log in is they immediately take you to the shop. It's like, okay, all right. So before you get into the game, here, come on over here. Let me show you how I'm really done, okay? So you're going to get an 800% extra value box. There it is. Oh my fucking god. Gamba meme? Yeah, they're already conditioning you. Yeah, that's before you even kill a monster.
cosmetic and 60 orbs.
Bro.
Now, orbs are your basic premium currency.
Okay.
You purchase the legendary crests with orbs.
Oh,
now,
so there's
Matt, how much
7
is a
different
legendary
currencies.
crest?
Legendary crest is 160 orbs.
And is it actually possible for you to buy anything with the 89p 60 orbs?
No. No, you can't. You can't buy anything with 60 orbs.
Then why are they selling you 60?
Because they want you to buy it twice. It's like you need to have 10 of something in order to buy it, and they sell it to you at 9. Look at his face, bro. Look at his fucking face. Yeah, so you've got to buy it 3 times in order to just get it once? Oh my god, I love this. Here, I'll be right back, guys. I'm excited. I gotta go call my my bank. I'll be right back.
I'm not even gonna what a day this is awful. This is I'm not buying this whole like I'm Jesus like sacrificing myself thing. That's number one, that's blasphemous. Number two, he's not Jesus and he doesn't have to make the sacrifice. He's not sacrificing anything. Don't do this, okay? I know it's not gonna work. Saying this is not gonna work, okay? Don't play this fucking game. Don't give, or at least if you have to play it, don't give him any fucking money, dude. Don't fucking buy into this shit. It's a scam. Literally, it's a scam. Don't fucking do this, man. Just go spend it anywhere else. Go spend your money anywhere else, okay? I'm not even telling you to go spend it on other streamers. I'm not even saying that. Just go do something else with your money. This is fucking awful. I can't believe gaming has gotten to this fucking point, dude. This is what happens when you accept mobile gamers. Pathetic.
Okay, I'm back. What were you telling him? What were you saying? Okay.
Freaking wonder.
Because then when they give you the bundle that you unlock for beating the first dungeon, the one-time only Mad King's Treasure Trove bundle.
Oh. Mad King's Oh my god, wow.
Yeah.
Wait,
Whenever they
one-time
give you
only?
that, yeah, whenever they give you that, then the other 60 orbs are in there.
Oh my
so you
god.
get another 60 orbs for another 90p. And then you're like, oh, well, I've just paid 90p twice. And I didn't feel it because I'm a modern gamer. And I have my phone, and I have my phone hooked up to Apple Pay. So I just went, oh, Face ID. Oh, yeah. Oh, 90p. Yeah. And then you do that twice, 120 orbs. Do that a third time, now you've got more orbs.
Right?
It's
yeah.
wonderful.
And,
it's
you know,
wonderful.
I actually got so animated that I created a screen shake that set your camera off kilter. That's just how incredible things are with Diablo Immortal.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so all of that is just like the usual, you know, always giving you a bundle, always giving you a deal.
Yeah.
That continues as you play, but there is, of course, more. Now, you do have a free battle pass with plenty of rewards, but then you've got the premium battle pass.
Okay.
That has better rewards, yeah! But then,
substantially better too.
The super premium battle pass. That also gives you cosmetics.
Wait, there's the battle pass, there's the premium battle pass, and there's the super premium battle pass. Hey.
And boost as you go up the track, but it's about £13, which is, what's that, like $15, $19?
Yeah, the press run, I am.
Now, of course, that's a battle pass that fully expires at the end of the season. So, if you take the one game that tried to innovate in the battle pass format is Halo Infinite, right?
Yeah.
So you see if you buy the battle pass in Halo Infinite,
I don't know how that
and
works.
then the new season happens.
Okay.
That's fine. You don't lose the battle pass that you bought, even if you only half completed it. You can always swap back to that to keep on progressing it. And that basically means that 343 is never going to ask you for battle pass money and then take the rewards away because you didn't get it in time. So here,
that's
it is, of course,
cool.
fully possible to
Yeah,
throw your
that's
money
really
in
cool. I
and,
like that.
You know, life happens. You miss out on a substantial amount of the value. But of course,
that's good.
There is more. Now, we usually pay, isn't it, $9.99 for a World of Warcraft subscription?
Yes.
Well, for £9 a month, we can get the boon of plenty. Now this drip feeds us some nice valuable...
Of course. We forgot. So this is on top of, guys, this isn't the Battle Pass. This is something else. The boon of plenty. 30 days worth of benefits in addition to daily login rewards. Monthly benefits. There we go. More slots, more sales, everything. It's just big money, boys. Big money, boys. Oh, there it is.
Rewards, and gives us some really good to have bonuses like extra inventory space. And being a Diablo game, that's going to feel pretty good.
Yeah, you get a substantial amount of extra inventory space. You get the ability to, from anywhere in your inventory, you can go to the market, which you can sell items to other players for platinum, which is a different in-game currency, which you buy with Eternal Orbs. So you don't buy platinum with money, you buy Eternal Orbs, and then you buy platinum with Eternal Orbs.
Before I fucking told you guys about how they use all these different currencies to obfuscate how much money you're actually spending. They're doing it again. As I said, if a game has more than 1 or 2 currencies that you use to buy things in the store, that's what they're doing. It's pay to win. 100. You know what, I know what, everybody knows it.
This is the thing where this is like very rewarding money-wise, right? You get a couple of legendary gems over the course of a month, and you get 7 legendary crests. So this is definitely a high-value option. If you want to be efficient with your spending in Diablo Immortal, which you probably shouldn't have to be in general in a video game, efficient with spending. If you want to be efficient with your spending, you'll get the boon of plenty.
Okay, that's smart.
I think the first game I saw was Genshin, where you had the
we'll buy that.
Welcome Blessing or something.
Yeah.
And it gave you a couple Primo Gems every day for a month. And I was like, oh, that's a pretty nice thing. But it's just, hey, we'll keep you in here for a month.
We'll buy 2.
By giving you a better value option.
Yeah,
and
we'll buy 2.
There you go. Here's all your legendary gems, which are just player.
You can buy it 3 times. That's okay.
Just say you want to give us £9 a month, and we'll give you stuff that makes you more powerful.
Okay,
so go for it.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Now, of course,
okay.
There's lots of games like League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm, that are primarily monetized based on your cosmetics. And don't worry, that's here too. Full armor sets are about £15 to £20 each. That's like $20 to $25 maybe.
Yeah, that's not that much.
Regional pricing, who knows? It could just be $15 to $20.
That's cheap. Honestly, guys, that's cheap.
Basically, yeah,
that's a steal.
It's not cheap cosmetics. It is premium as hell. Cosmetics.
Never mind.
They're full armor sets that you can only use on one character, by the way.
Yeah.
So if you're this is where the design stuff comes in, because all of the hyper progress games need you to progress one character, but Diablo's traditionally been a multi-character, lots of alts, have loads of different fun and class stuff. They will bring in a class change for your main to deal with that, but that's not in yet. So it feels kind of weird for people to go, you buy them for one character. So if I'm playing 2 characters and I want the cosmetics, I have to buy them twice. That's really grim. But it's like the reason it's 15 to 20 there is because there are 2 versions. There's the regular standard normal Joe per person cosmetic. Which costs £15.
Okay.
Then there's that's in not money, that's in orbs. That's in the equivalent of Eternal Orbs.
Yeah.
You can't buy enough orbs to get it outright. You have to buy weird combos, of course.
Right, it's
as
just
always.
like buying our Microsoft points back in the day to get our Skyrim or our Oblivion DLC.
That makes sense.
I remember it well.
Exactly. So the more expensive version comes with, I think generally it's literally only a portal.
Okay.
Only a different color or cosmetic version.
So you buy orbs to buy platinum, to buy upgrades to where you can get, I get it. Okay. Yeah,
portal they'll use at the end of a dungeon or rift.
That makes sense.
And that makes it cost an extra 50%.
I want to let you guys know that all of this is because of some fucking horse armor in Oblivion. Just some random fucking horse armor that got added in Oblivion like 15 years ago. That's what it all came from. That was the beginning.
Whaling.
Wow. Yeah. Whaling.
That sure is something. So
the sharpest harpoons in the business.
All of this is disgusting, but now we really have to talk about Greg 2G's research into
players could pay how
just
much?
how expensive
how much
this
money
can get. Because that guy that spent $14,000 on Mass Effect 3 loot boxes.
Okay.
Gonna love this game.
Really? Okay. It's only $14,000.
So basically, your power in this game comes from 3 places.
Okay.
You've got your level, You've got your equipment, and you've got the legendary gems. Now, your level's just your level. Equipment is equipment. So, you do stuff in the game, you get the gear, and then you deterministically upgrade the gear through all the ways you do that.
All the resources you get through playing
doing
your dailies and stuff.
Some nice things, too. Like, you can sort of transfer your upgrades from, one thing to another thing, so you don't have a big, loss of resources.
Oh, that's
that
so
does
good for them to do.
Good. So that's
Blizzard
great.
does care about your time. That's good.
Legendary gems is the part of this puzzle that they have, oh boy, humongously tried to make the money out of, and this is where you can get some serious power. So we've got the Elder Rifts, right, where you put a crest in, you get a chance of a legendary gem. The rare crests have a small % chance, and the legendary crests guarantee that chance.
Wow.
Now, you get 1, 2, maybe 3 legendary crests a month on free-to-play. You can buy them for 160 orbs anytime that you want.
Dude, we could get so many.
Now, the rare crests, which are the ones that you kind of get more frequently, those are capped at a 2-star legendary gem. That's the best you can get from them. Because it's not just legendary gems. They, of course, have star ratings.
Of course, yeah.
So, legendary crests, though, they can drop up to a 5-star legendary gem.
Wait,
That's
what?
a 597% value.
Oh, my God.
This actually feels like a marketing skit or something. So, all of the stats and the effect on these gems, of course, scale up with the star rank.
Pretty aggressively, too.
Yeah. And what Greg 2G's sort of deep dive into this found is most free-to-play players will never see a 5-star gem.
The 5 stars you can't even upgrade to, because the upgrades of gems are ranks. So you go up to from rank 1 to 10. You cannot get a 2-star gem any higher. If something drops from a rare crest,
okay, good. It's even worse.
You can't get it any higher.
Holy shit!
You literally, if you want the best power in the game, you have to use legendary crests.
Yeah.
Which you, at the minute, based on a little bit of looking into, there's you can buy 1 a month from a shop for different resources, for in-game resources, a legendary crest. You get 1 from the battle pass, and they give you 1 when you start playing. That's the only way I've seen of getting these legendary crests. You can also craft legendary gems of 1 to 5 stars, but the crafting is really expensive and drip fed of backup resources. So that's not a reliable way. You could maybe eventually do it, but that will be a substantial amount of time.
Warn your bank
to get that to happen.
Yeah, I'll call.
Well, thankfully, Matt.
we're gonna have
there's a pity system.
It's gonna be a lot of transactions.
They want to support their players, right? And they don't want people to have a bad experience. Yeah. And I just appreciate that. I'm so excited for the pity system, where
God, I'm so ready.
For $100. Okay, so the pity system is at 50, right?
Wait,
so
let me go back. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, so the pity system for $100.
Okay.
Okay, so the pity system is
for $100 you get 45 crests, but a 5-star gem is pitied at 50, so you have to spend $200. No, that's okay, because if you buy 4,500 crests, you'll have it balance out. And so for 4,500 crests, that'd be $10,000. So at that point, you'll be able to maximize your value, so there's none left over.
50.
That's good.
So if you go 50 runs with no 5-star gem, they're going to give you one.
Yeah, 50 legendary crests. That is.
Yeah. 50 crests. Yeah.
Can somebody please? Who was the guy? And this has got to be an internet historian question, right? You guys might not, nobody in chat might know this. Can somebody please find me the video of the guy whenever the Diablo 3 Real Money Auction House came out, where he was made a video of him delivering pizzas, and his friend asked him, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm playing Diablo 3. Who made that video? What's the name of that video? Please give me that video so we can watch it. Yes, please. I want to see it. Link it to me on Twitter or something. Link it to me. I've got to see it.
On
Twitter.
The thing is that in terms of the purchase bundles, $100 is 45 crests.
Yeah.
So you have to do slightly more.
You got to buy 2 of them.
Now that might not even be.
Yeah, it gets worse.
Yeah, that might not even be a 5 out of 5. It might be a 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
In which case you then need more gems to upgrade.
Yeah. So it's not as simple as this is a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. The ones that drop from legendary quests can be a 1 out of 1, a 2 out of 2, or a 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 5. which then means you need to get other gems
I think
that
I
are
found
out
it.
of 5 to combine them into be a full 5-star. Which means that if you,
I found
like,
it.
the data mine drop
Yeah, I
rates
found it.
are that 0.05% chance of getting a 5 out of 5.
Oh my god.
Cumulatively, you've got a 5% chance of getting a 5-star gem. But then you need more of them to actually get into that.
Well, they have to explain. I hope they get into the fact that there are gems within gems. So you don't just have a gem, you have to get gems for your gems.
The weighting is really bad, so you've got such a massive 75% chance of getting a 1-star gem.
Uh-huh.
So it's not even like you're guaranteed something for your money.
Yo, dog. Yeah.
You're giving a chance of something because you bought a legendary crest. And
so
like I said, those are 160 orbs.
Ooh.
If you buy 60 orbs, that's about 90p, about $1.
Oh, that's
so
it?
you're looking at about $2.5, $3 worth of currency.
Okay.
At the cheapest rates to get one legendary crest, which gives you about
Okay, that's it.
5-10%
All right,
chance
that's
of getting
fine.
an item that you could only get from that. And all of this leads directly into player power.
Yeah.
This is the stats that matter in PvP. The stats from gear and level and Paragon level don't matter that much in PvP. They're capped. Legendary gem bonuses aren't.
Do you know what's really funny?
Of course
There's
they wouldn't
two
be
more
capped.
systems that tie into this that
Yeah.
we haven't even talked about
What?
yet. To wrap up this,
More money?
like as an example, so the first rank of the Battle Pass track is a 2-star gem, the paid one, that is basically it's better than what you're realistically getting as a free-to-play character, and that very same gem is actually at the very end of the free track. And of course also at the end of the paid track as well. So, it's all about, you want to upgrade that track. They want you to do that.
Yeah.
Stuff's wild. So, as an example, this would get you up to 8% damage from its effect, but it also increases resonance. And that would give you 3% extra stats from all sources.
Yep.
Now, what is resonance and what is awakening? These two other systems we have to talk about that tie into these fucking gems.
Yeah,
So there's resonance and the awake. So you have to awaken it and you have to have resonance. Oh my god.
So far, everything that's been here is like technically available through free to play, right? Technically. If you have 400 million years to play this game, then you'll be able to do this. But
Okay.
it's still pretty difficult. You'll get some sort of power. But there's the awakening system that is literally, as it was, not maybe sure right now because no one's reached that point, but on beta it was hard cap behind money. And that is, you get little bonuses like 10% cooldown reduction to a skill. Or maybe a skill does 10% extra AoE damage, something like that. A nice little skill, it's benefit, the little benefit bonus, put it on your gear. Usually you would get that in game through some capacity.
Yeah,
In this, it's the awakening system.
Of course.
And to do that, you have to get a max
Makes
rank
sense.
gem, which is a lot of time, a lot of effort. It doesn't really matter what star, just whatever it is. And then you have to literally give them money. The same price that cosmetics, 1,000 gems, or 1,000 orbs rather, you need to get this thing called a Dawning Echo. And that will let you awaken your gear to get somewhere between a 10 to 30% cooldown reduction on a skill.
And how do you do that?
By default, I'm actually earning sleepy gear as a player.
Yes.
And I have to pay money to wake my gear up.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh my
you
god,
literally-
of course.
Now,
Cool.
I'm not sure if this is
We
a
had this in Diablo 3. Look, here's the video. This is what it used to be. Diablo 3, the easiest way to get the best items in the game.
Are you as tired as I am of seeing those awesome items in the auction house, but being about 200 million gold short? Well, this guide will teach you how to farm those items fast and easily.
Ah, darn it!
Step 1. Throw on as much gold find gear as possible. The more, the better. You can even throw an emerald in your helm for extra gold find. And don't forget your high DPS weapon to clear those mobs quickly. Step 2. Movement speed is the key to this tactic. It helps with speed and efficiency. I highly recommend 12% movement speed on your boots. Step 3. Farm as many minions as possible, and don't forget to collect your loot.
Yeah.
Step 4. Take the money and run. This is the final step.
Uh-huh.
Once you've collected enough loot, head over to the real money auction house and buy any item you want.
Should I buy a weapon? Or some boots? Oh, hey, John. What are you delivering pizzas now?
I'm playing Diablo 3.
No, man. I'm playing Diablo.
This was a fucking... Bro, I remember this video was so good. I remember it literally from 10 years ago. Straight up fucking 10 years ago. Those were the days, man. I remember that whenever that video came out, it was still so good. I never fucking forgot. There it is, man. Those were the good days. Those were the good days, ahead of the curve. Blizzard, always innovating. That was 10 years ago.
Dawning Echo, where you have to buy it per piece of gear. Everything I was reading suggested it was per piece of gear, because this is an item you buy and use. So I'm hoping that's not the case. But there is a chance you could just have to pay 15 quid or $16 to just make your gear better.
Yeah.
Once you've grinded enough or earned enough legendary gems to fuse them all together to upgrade them.
Well, obviously, it's not enough just to be awake. You also have to be resonant.
Yeah, we're aware this is absurd. This is genuinely absurd.
Yes, as I put it earlier, this is like one of those cryptocurrency skits at the start of a Red Letter Media episode.
I feel I've
but
lost my
they've
mind.
actually made a game out of it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, Gem Resonance. You add specific gems to slots on your max ranked awakened gems to get even more bonus stats.
So these are
in
gems
total,
for
you
your
can get,
gems.
Yep, up to 450% bonus life and damage. Also adds new cosmetic effects. And the high-end cosmetic effects are actually going to cost you 6 figures if you whale it.
Yeah, so...
Or
wow.
It just would take you theoretically a few years of dailies.
Okay.
I think...
Years!
Yeah.
Okay.
Hundreds of days! Thousands of days!
Yeah, we're not talking years like a year and a bit or 2 years. The numbers being floated are like a decade to fully resonate something. It is honestly completely
a
obscene.
decade of content for free? Huh, they're saints.
Yeah, and so those images there are literally like, that's from the
I'm
blog post where they're
excited,
like,
guys.
Here's how your cosmetics and stuff work. Here's how you'll get to look and what's this like?
Bro, what if we start playing the game and it's actually like really good? What if it's actually like a really good game and like nobody cares that it's super pay to win because it's really good? Like what like wouldn't that just be so funny?
Transform your immortal.
You get, well, yeah. What if we got it twisted?
They're like, here's what it looks like a resonant, and you can see because Greg 2G covered this in his video as well. You're like, yeah, the one on the left is like, yeah, that's the peasant color. That's the peasant armor. The one on the right is the big armor for the big money whale, the cool person, and that is straight up just you have to engage with this deeply random system of tons and tons and tons of different gems, merging them together, smashing them together, praying for RNG, while also running Elder Rift to get this. You actually have to play the game. You can't just open loot boxes, which is probably a bonus, to be honest. You actually are forced to engage with the game, and then you get to see your nice big shiny red armor, your shiny blue armor.
Oh, wow.
It's like Blizzard saying, hey, you get the LFR version of the gear in World of Warcraft, and that's just what it looks like. But if you run LFR for a decade straight every single day, we'll
You'll
give
get
you the
normal
mythic
mode.
version. That's incredible.
Oh, that's good.
No, this is one I love. The Reddit post that just says there's a single stat that costs $50,000. Now,
So long story short, it's about $40 to $450K to fully max out 6 5-star gems to rank 10. There are 5% drop rate. You need 100 of each of the plus corresponding gem power. If there's 8 different, then that's 800 gems, assuming that you loot an average of 100 of each. And if there's 10 at launch, that's 1,000 gems. 1,000 gems would be 20,000 crests, which would be around $45,000. In order to go from 40 to 50 to 50 to 50 in your 5 gems resonating boards, you would have to spend another around $50,000 to $60,000. In essence, one stat, the final resonating bonus, would theoretically be worth $50,000. And if you put the final total on spending the fully max at just a little over $100,000. All right.
Now, it's just because that's like the stat you get at the very end.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
You know what? I'll read it out because it's
sure.
friggin' hilarious. Long story short, it's about 40 to 45 grand to fully max out 6 5-star gems to rank 10 right now. 5%
That's
drop
what I
rate.
said.
You need 100 of each plus the corresponding gem power. If there's 8 different, then that's 800 gems, assuming you loot an average of 100 each. And if there's 10 at launch, that's 1,000 gems. 1,000 would be 20,000 crests, which is about $45,000. In order to go from 40 out of 50 to 50 out of 50 in your 5 gems resonating boards, you would have to spend about another 50 to 60 grand. In essence, one stat, the final resonating bonus would theoretically be 50 grand, and put your total at a little over 100 grand. But there's an update.
Oh my god.
Update. We now know what one of the 2 stats is, and it's hilariously bad compared to the cost to max these. The final 50 out of 50 bonus is 1% reduced incoming damage. So that was a hilarious Reddit post.
$100,000 to max out your character.
All right.
That is literally, like, that's something you can do. That's based on average probability, so you could have bad luck and
$200,000
spend more than that.
Yeah.
Or you could get good luck and have to spend
you only spend
less,
60.
But that's it. That is literally, that's the, obviously there's the whole, like,
the thing is though, is like you're dealing with like really big numbers like that, so the odds of actually like getting lucky and only having to spend $70,000 are like extremely low.
Getting the right gear part of the game.
Yes.
Which is more in line with the traditional Diablo loop of go kill the monsters. There's also stuff for the Heraldric Legacy Cube or whatever. No, the Reliquary that I don't think people have understood very much yet because we haven't got into that much in beta because there's so much stuff to this game that's all end game loop. That's crazy. And no one really understands. We don't understand the depth of this. We only figured out at the end of beta that this was going to be $100,000 to fully max out your character. $100,000 of things that cost £2 a pop. That's not just $100,000 because if that's 1,000, if that's 2,000 gems, that's 2,000 runs of the Elder Rift as well. That's a lot of time.
It's a lot of runs.
That's a hell of a lot of time.
Yeah, it's just this game's mad.
They
straight mad.
It's like they just full mask off.
Yeah.
Just full. This is a NetEase game for NetEase ARPG players.
This is
We're
a
going
lot
to try
of
to wheel like crazy. We're going to try to abuse the Diablo name to make millions and millions and millions off
No,
people.
that's not true because
It's
they
like just
said,
to pay to win stuff.
That's
I don't
not
mind
true because they said it was going to be an authentic Diablo experience. That's not true. That's
game
not
being
what
a
they
piece of
said.
shit, right? In terms of this,
They said it
Not
was going to
much.
be the same thing.
But it's when it's combined with all of the other psychological
Yeah.
abuse and all of the other little ways they were immune and get into your head and get you to do your dailies, get your first kill of the day reward, get your, do your 8 bounties every day for your little bit of stuff. It's like in conjunction, all these things are like,
right?
It's kind of hard to describe, but it's almost like the perfect distillation of pure stealing your wallet from you by psychologically manipulating you. Everything just works in perfect conjunction. This is like 95% alcohol by volume distillation. This is the moonshine of pay to win, basically. It's the moonshine, the pot chain for anyone from Ireland. That's
Okay. So you just spend. All right, that makes sense.
It's
it
just
works.
sad because it's a really fun game.
Yeah.
Like, I was playing it on, it's like a 27-inch monitor, so I just plugged my iPad into that.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I was playing it up on the monitor. It felt really good in the controller. It
Really?
ran really smooth.
So it's a good
The
game.
Demon Hunter's, initial ability set was, simple, but, quite fun. It had all
Great.
the punch. It had all of what you'd want from Diablo. It's just
It's just
this
what?
is horrible, and I think you put it perfectly before
Uh-huh.
we hit live when we were just talking to the guys. Warcraft Arclight Rumble is Blizzard making a king game. This is Blizzard meets NetEase fully. I remember there being stories about one of NetEase's action RPGs having a lot of drama in the Chinese market because players there were just fed up at how pay to win it was, and they felt like to stay competitive they were being asked to put in stupid amounts of money.
I wonder why they
And,
would think
they
that.
were even super frustrated at that, and I think some of those things are just a little bit more normalized in that market.
Yeah, they're
so
way more
even for a market
normalized.
where this sort of thing is
Even
normal,
China was mad.
They were getting furious.
Yeah.
I guess here we go again.
Why am I not playing it right now? You're
No,
right.
obviously, look, there's people who are going to, look at this and go, well, you don't
I know.
have to give any money, right? You can just play the whole game, all the 20 hours or so, because they say the story's 20 hours, and they'll update in future. You can, hop in every once in a while, play a couple hours, have good Diablo content. Well, that's spending a penny. Yeah, you can.
Oh, great.
That's completely a thing people can do. But that doesn't take away from the fact that this is
guys.
designed to basically worm its way into everyone's head. Especially when, you think about all of the talk about, especially in the UK with FIFA and FIFA Ultimate Team.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
With a really terrible sports gambling, like almost epidemic
in
the country. You're like, well, yeah, is this? It gets to the point where I'm like, this to me, this feels no longer like they're just trying to make money in a pretty dickish way. To me, it's like this is just breaching the bounds of unethical. That's the way I feel about it. And the fact that Blizzard are like, yeah, it's fine. This is our game.
The thing is that people will spend the money. There will be people out there who will spend over $100,000 on Diablo Immortal. This will happen. And those people will fund the next game that will do the exact same thing. And this will continue happening forever. There will never be a time where, oh, well, the gamers are going to rise up and they're going to say, you know what? We don't want any more of this pay-to-win shit. We want it to be like the old days, like the good days. It's never going to happen. It's just not. Like, it's not going to happen. So it's just, let's just make it as bad as possible. Let's just get it as bad as possible so more people can see what it's like. For funding the game, you're welcome.
Exciting Blizzard game they're releasing.
This game designed straight up
literally
evil?
Designed to take
it is Diablo.
dollars away from people. Especially, with no recompense, no recourse, no
people dumb.
No
yeah,
limiting
they
factor.
Dumb.
None whatsoever. It is purely designed for whales to get into arms races with each other.
Good. Yeah.
And it's like, does that
Whale Wars.
Does that matter to most people? No.
Whale Wars, let's go.
One day you'll wake up and you'll have spent 10 or 20 quid, 30 quid. And you'll think, man.
I think what matters is this is how they plan and want to make money from this.
Uh-huh.
And that's ultimately what it means.
That's right.
There's other games where their plan to make money from the game is that you buy the game and it's really good and you're happy with the game.
Perfect.
And then you buy the sequel. Or, maybe you buy a little cosmetic for it or something. Whereas the way they plan to make money from this game is what we've outlined here. And that's their intent. Right, and that just tells you everything you need to know.
Oh my God.
They're no longer in the market of saying, hello, dear gamer, here's a product. We've created it. Would you like to purchase it? And then you as a gamer get to go, I will purchase that. That will be fantastic. Thank you. Or, no, that is not to my taste. Thank you. I will have, what else have you got on your shopping cart of video games? Now it's like you're being invited in to like a party and then someone's trying to steal your wallet the entire time. That's the business model.
It's
no longer this thing.
Yeah, so you're in a party. That's a really good way to say it. So somebody's in a party and everybody in the party is trying to steal your wallet. And that's the game, right? It's like you're at the party, you're trying to have fun, but there's the guy that's trying to steal your wallet. You got to watch out for him.
It is, mutual trust on both sides of the till, I guess, or the cashier. There's just hoodwinking, psychological manipulation, and some of it's just so standard. But even we'll probably talk about another video, but the whole stack of stuff they do to get you in the door, literally the list of things of, here's a psychological handbook on how to manipulate people.
Yeah.
Implement all of them, please. That's how they operate. Man.
Yeah, I like to get everything on the menu.
It's bad for the developers who have to see people talking like this.
It's like, I want everything on the menu. Let's get PvP pay to win, FOMO, login rewards, multiple battle pass tiers, premium, and also super premium. Let's get super premium, just in case. Let's also get, gems, and then, star levels to the gems, kind of like that constellation thing they had in Genshin. And then also let's have, this is crazy, right? But let's have gems inside of gems. And so you can put gems in your gems so you can gem your gems. And that's basically it. Yeah, they're mega whaling.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's just disgusting. And that's the video. That's the takeaway. This is a black mark on Blizzard. This is shameful, and that's all there is to it. I guess I'll say you might see a bunch of streamers whale this game. You know, you might see some of that go on. And I think maybe a final thing, maybe we can talk about this in another video, but between some of the way that streamers play these games, and, you know, we accept Lost Ark, and then Lost Ark gets to be this pay-to-win, but extremely successful game. And then other games come out, and they are, you know, they're always just taking a little bit more ground, a little bit more ground. You know, they're eroding how reasonable normal is.
That's exactly right. You are so right. Every single time, how do you eat a cow? You eat a cow one bite at a time. You don't just immediately eat the whole thing. You do it one bite at a time. Just one little bite, one little thing, and you do that. That's how it fucking works, guys. That's exactly what it is. So it happens very, very slowly, and then as it happens, people become more okay with it, and more okay with it. And that's all there is to it.
Because normal just gets more and more and more and more and more
extreme.
Pay to win.
Yes, normal becomes extreme.
You know, there's genres where they can't go pay to win, like a shooter, because you do that and it doesn't work anymore.
Right.
But genres like this...
that's the other part that I kind of want to talk about very, very briefly.
Yeah.
This monetization is directly...
Do you realize how easily you could personally start to affect change just by refusing to engage in these kinds of games, though? No, I don't think that I don't think I can do anything. Yeah, not participating in playing a video game doesn't really... Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I tried that.
Isn't added on top.
Yeah.
Because that's the stuff that people were annoyed about back in the day. It's like, horse armor DLC, well, fuck, I'm paying more money for a bit of shit in my game that should be there. That's so milquetoast. That's so far away from where we've gotten to.
Yep.
We're now in the realm of, now there is, like, this parasitic design of monetization is fully linked with the game design. It is fully hooked in. It is irremovable from getting legendary gems.
Yeah,
but in the same way in Lost Ark, the material is literally there. It's designed that way. They can go, we will make honing harder. And obviously that would have some other impact. But to whales, that would go, I spend more money then.
Imagine a competitive obstacle course and escape room with contactless payment pads all over the place to go through things faster.
That's what this game is.
That's what it is. You just maybe won't think of it that way because it happens on your phone. That is what it is.
Yep.
So, honestly, fuck 'em.
All right, let's
fuck
go.
'em for doing this.
There's no other way to put it. This is literally... Obviously, you make a joke about gamer rights.
Yeah, it's make a joke about gamer rights. Yeah, your vote doesn't matter mentality. The difference is that there is not a financial incentive in the same way. Like, this is about money. It's not about voting or something like that. You're not going to get everybody. Yeah, wait, there's no difference? Yeah, there's no vote here. Yeah, I don't vote. Like, you can't vote. That's the whole point. The incentive is more money. Yeah, exactly. It's banned in 2 EU countries. I will give you... Here, let me finish the video. I will give you my opinion about it, okay?
It's freedoms or something, but it is an erosion of the market. It's an erosion of what's standard in the market. It's an erosion of consumer standards.
Putting more eyes on it, though?
I want no one standing up for the consumer
to see
whatsoever, because the only people who have any power in the gaming market are the publishers.
Yes.
And they're the ones making all the money hand over fist.
Yeah, is PoE Mobile still a thing that they're trying to do?
Yeah, I think so.
Because it'll be very interesting. I just want to double check that wasn't cancelled or anything. Yeah. But, Path of Exile,
I think it
doesn't have the bullshit. PoE Mobile.
PoE does have loot boxes, but they're all cosmetics.
No, it is. Yeah, no, it does exist. So, I mean, it is being made. I just wonder what it'll be like comparing PoE Mobile to Diablo Immortal. Because hopefully PoE Mobile is able to come out.
Yeah.
And I know the company's owned by Tencent, but it is Grinding Gear. And if Grinding Gear suddenly make a big evil thing, we'll definitely know something's up.
Yeah.
But if PoE Mobile comes out, and is basically just the not evil version of Diablo Immortal, then we're all going to know what's up.
That would be
and
nice.
It's going to be extremely embarrassing. Wait, what's this? Path of Exile plans to break major gaming industry stigmas with its mobile release.
Dude.
It's not a whole pile to that, unfortunately. I actually just skimmed through that to see if maybe they were talking about, you know, hey, here, we're not going to have any pay to win. But it is just kind of, hey, we've made a map system and we're going to think about average session times.
Okay, screw it.
So, yeah.
We're just going to
Yeah, that's clearly what it was. But you understand, I'm playing it, and even saying it's bad, you normalize it by doing it. It's the same as gambling streams. They still get sponsored even though they say gambling is bad because it still works to help people get addicted to gambling. You see, I don't care about that. And the reason why I don't care about that is because the people that get addicted to stupid stuff like that, it doesn't really matter. They don't really matter. Those people are just going to go off and do whatever. It doesn't really make a difference in the grand scheme of things. I want to influence a structural change. I want to influence a change on a macro level that will affect everyone. I don't care about individual people. They don't matter. I care about a massive scale. And I think this is what's going to change things on a massive scale. I don't matter. None of us really matter. But it's about the system that produces the people. And that's what makes the difference.
But I think that'll be like a big upcoming point in comparison.
Yep.
And hopefully something we can clown on Blizzard for, because Immortal's design seems to be clowned on.
That's
it for this video. We'll do a video tomorrow.
Oh my
Did
God.
one yesterday. Check him out. Have a great day.
Chat crying.
See you next time.
Bro, I am the kind of person. Listen, I've said many times, Bellior, this is a great video. Guys, this video came out just a little bit ago. So I want everybody to go over and give it a like, give him a sub, and maybe make a comment or something like that. Support him. This is the kind of information that we love to see. Bellior has been a friend of the show for years now. Years. And so make sure to give him some support and let him know what's going on, man. And that's the way. Bro, I hate that this game's actually good. Fuck. So is somebody is making that you're becoming the Joker? Hey, somebody has to, right? I get what you're saying. No, it is a sad and hopeless take that it's such a sad and hopeless take that does nothing. My goal with this game, let me explain what my goal is, okay? Because obviously some people might not really understand where I'm coming from, okay? Now, there are people that might disagree with this. I think they're wrong, but they can disagree with this. That's what people can do. The individual people that are affected and having their lives ruined are, at the end of the day, just cents on the dollar. They're going to happen. It's going to happen. It is what it is. I view this to be the path of least pain. Is that, in my opinion, these things will continue happening, and they will continue getting worse, and they will continue to just look as bad as possible, be more abusive, more manipulative. Every year, this happens more and more and more. And you know what? It's going to keep happening. Now, why is that? It's because these companies don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about any of us. They just care about money. And at the end of the day, the reason why these companies do these things is because it works. They wouldn't do it if it didn't work. Why would they keep doing the same thing over and over and over with login rewards, etc.? How can you possibly petition for a company to voluntarily choose to not want to make money? It's a publicly traded company. Anybody who makes that choice will ultimately be voted out, and then somebody will be voted in who will make the choice for them. This is an unwinnable solution if you look at it from a point of monetary democracy, because it's not like voting. Because whenever you vote with $0, your vote doesn't matter as much as the guy that votes with 1,000 or 10,000. He actually votes more, and his vote matters a lot more than you. And there's nothing that you can do about it by complaining to the developer. Because for 10 years, people have complained to developers, people have gotten mad and angry at these developers for adding these things in, and the developers have said, we're sorry, and they did it even more. That's what's going to happen. And the only solution is to make it as evident and as obvious and as in plain sight as possible. And maybe, just maybe, we could have regulations passed to get rid of it. And it doesn't matter how many people it takes to get negatively affected. It all doesn't matter to me. Because the only thing that matters is the system. And if the system doesn't change, those people will always be there. I will look for an end rather than a slow decline. That's how I think. For every dollar you spend in Immortal, you match for charity? No, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. I don't want to spend that much money. You're trying to DM Villier for voice chat? I'll probably talk to him in a bit after I play the game if I can. Yeah, that's the thing. What's this here? They made money, the candle's burning down to base. Yeah, less people are engaging, less new people are coming in. Gas on a fire doesn't work forever, it's all gas. Exactly. I am as confident that I can possibly be that this is the only path to success. This is it. This is the only path to success. Nothing else will work. Everybody else is naive. They have no idea what they're talking about. And this is the only thing that'll work. That's it. Yes, killing the root of the cause is better. Exactly. Yeah, there we go. Publicly shaming them and not playing as a huge streamer? I'm nothing. I don't matter. I'm a meaningless speck. I'm a little tiny little dot. It doesn't make a difference what I do. It doesn't make a difference what I say. It makes no influence on them because there's going to be 1,000 other people that don't consume any of my content. They're going to play the game and think it's great. It's the circle that I used before. I am inside this little red circle. This is the population of a game. This right here is the population that consumes third-party content. This is the population that consumes third-party content on websites that have to do with pay to win. These are the amount of people that are that don't like pay to win, that consume third-party content on the population of the game. And this right here are all the people that are actually willing to act on it. This little red fucking circle is what you think is going to make a difference? You really think this red circle is going to do anything? It's just slacktivism. You want to speak out against it, do nothing to material fight against it? I am materially fighting against it. It's just that people don't see what I'm trying to do. I know that what I will do will work. I know this will work. It will take a little bit of time, but it will work. Yeah, it will work. And listen, I don't need to prove it to you. You'll see. You will see what happens.